Hello! Welcome to solo playthroughs. We're going back to the Shades of Tezla, the granddaddy scenario of them all in that expansion, Life and Death. And I had a moment of inspiration where I almost started this video saying, "You Krang," and then I decided that I just can't do that because I always start with "Hello, welcome to solo playthroughs," just like I did today. So here we are with our favorite orc chaos shaman, and he's looking as dashing and dapper as ever. And how excited am I every time I get to hold the power within this mini. So let's get this thing going. So the setup's a little bit more involved than the normal scenarios, as is the case with a lot of the Tezla scenarios. You know, even the Lost Relic scenario has a bunch of things you need to do before you get started. So let's go through this so we can get into the action as soon as possible. So what I'm going to do is shuffle up these faction tokens because they were right in front of my face, and I figured I was going to do that first. Now, what are the faction tokens? Again, there are two factions. In Life and Death, you have the Elementalist Faction, which is these tokens over here. That is the Elementalist Faction leader. That's a mouthful. That is that guy. That's the Hidden Valley. When that's going to come, when the Green City comes out, that's where that goes. And we also have the Dark Crusader Faction. This is that leader. When the Red City comes out, we will put their Necropolis on top of that. Both factions have 8 green enemies, 4 brown enemies, and 4 Draconum enemies. And then there also are, I think there are 12 of these little faction tokens. And the faction tokens have one-time uses. When you defeat a enemy from a certain faction, you get one of those tokens. And you can either use the token for the power that's on it during your turn. You cannot use the same type of token twice in one turn. So if you get, there are 6 different types of tokens for each faction. So if you got both of the same type of token, you can only use it once a turn, so you have to remember that. But if you don't want to use it for the power on there during interactions, you have to be interacting. Otherwise, you can use a token for +1 fame, which can be useful to bump you up a level if you're on the cusp, or you can use it for +3 influence, which can be really strong in making sure you recruit the units that you need to actually have a chance to win this scenario. This scenario is very much a challenge. It took me a long time to learn how to beat it. It does take a different kind of approach. When magical glades come out, certain things happen. I did one practice game because it's been a while, and I absolutely destroyed it at level 6 on both faction leaders. So for the first time ever, I am going to do this sucker on level 7. Never been done before. I actually beat it on level 6 in my practice game with an entire round left. So I'm like, you know what? Let's try it. And if we crash and burn, we're going to crash and burn hard. And it's going to be super fun. So why not? So I'm shuffling all these tokens. Again, I prefer pulling enemies out of bags, obviously, as I do in most of my playthroughs. But with these factions, it's just easier to keep them on the side, and there are not a lot of them, and there is a strong chance we will have to recycle enemies that we have previously defeated. It's one of the things I really wish they had just given you another sheet of faction tokens, even if it was the same enemies, because it would have really helped, but what do I know? Anyway, so we have the countryside tiles. There are going to be 6 countryside tiles on the board. Exactly 3 of them need to have magical glades. Now, if you have the Lost Legion content, 6 of your countryside tiles will have magical glades on them. So we are going to take 3 of these. And honestly, there's some variety here, but I don't think the variety is that game breaking in one way or the other. So I'm not going to bother rolling a die for these. I'm just going to take 3 off the top. Those 3 come out of the game. And then we're going to need 3 non-magical glade countryside tiles. So I'm just going to roll, I'm not going to roll a die for these either. We're just going to get 3 of these. Now the order of where the magical glades are can matter. So I will shuffle, roll, whatever. I'm going to do something, something randomizy to figure out what order these are going to be in. So let me get my D6. We got a 3 that's going to be at the bottom of the countryside tiles. We have another 3. We have a 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there, and that's a 5, and that goes on top. So there are our countryside tiles. Great. Now, what are we going to add to that? Well, there's going to be 5 core tiles. 3 of them are going to be cities. Now, the red city isn't really a city. It is the Necropolis. The green city isn't really a city. It's the Hidden Valley. We will have 1 other city, and that also isn't a city like it is in Solar Conquest in the sense that you don't need to defeat it. It is a friendly city, so you can go there to recruit, which is nice. And you also get the benefit of wherever that city is. So the blue or the white city, we will have whatever the added benefit. I think in the white, you can recruit units from anywhere, and I forget what the blue is. But I think it's an advanced action one, but I don't know. When we get there, we'll get there. So on top of that, we're going to add 2 core non-city tiles. And these are pretty varied, so I will roll the die for this as well. So bam, that is a 2, and we're going to roll that. That is a 1 off camera, but that will work. So we're going to take these 5 tiles. Now, the order that they come out is hugely important. And one of the reasons I was able to win with a whole round left was that the green city and the red city came out perfectly for me. Now, the green city cannot be placed in a northern tile, and the red city cannot be placed in a southern tile. Now, what the heck does that mean? Well, as you go, we're going to split this board in 2, and I'm going to use this little token to kind of roughly give me an idea of where the center is. So northern tiles are the realm of the Dark Crusader Faction, and the southern tiles are the realm of the Elementalist Faction. Now, if you have a tile in the middle, right, because you have 2 tiles here, 3 in this row, 4 in this row, 5 in this row, in the middle tiles, we will have to randomize. So marauding enemies are always going to be specific to the faction based on where the tile is. Now, if I went into a ruin and it had 3 orc enemies, those I would just pull from my normal orc bag. But if it's a marauding enemy, so if it's a orc or draconum that is just placed on a tile face up, you would be using the faction specific tokens. The mage tower garrisons and the keep garrisons remain the same, so that doesn't change at all. All right, so yammering enough here. Let me get 2 more tiles. 1 and oh, I'm actually keeping all of these. Never mind. This is the order of where they're going to be at the bottom of the terrain deck is what's happening here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 1. All right. That is our terrain deck. So the most annoying part of setup is done. Arguably the most annoying. What do we need to do? We need to shuffle a whole bunch of stuff. So again, despite the difficulty of this scenario, we are going to be stuck with the standard rules. There's only going to be 3 dice in the source. There's only going to be 3 units in the offer, and we just better hope that they kind of cooperate. One of the nice things about Krang is he has some abilities to get, between his skills and some of his power card, his D deck, he does have some abilities to get some mana and crystals in some really nice and interesting ways. All right, so that is the artifact deck, which I just shuffled. I got the advanced action deck, which I'm shuffling here. So that's good enough for that. We got the spell deck, which I'm shuffling here. Now, the big thing with these faction leaders is you really want to try to get to a place where you can knock them all out in 1 turn, if possible, but minimum 2 turns. And you do not have to defeat all of their garrison. So when you flip these over, we get the section 7 or level 7 of the leader. We're going to be pulling 3 green tokens, 1 brown, and 1 draconum, right? Now, we don't have to defeat them. As long as we defeat the faction leader, done. The faction leader always attacks at the current level that he is. So at the start, he's going to be doing a 6 cold fire attack with brutal. He's also going to be fire resistant and ice resistant. Now, if we defeat him, it doesn't matter range, siege attack phase, melee phase, we'll just kind of keep track of how many times we defeat him. Now, even if we defeat him in the range or siege attack phase, remember, none of them are going to be fortified. He will still attack at the level he was at when the battle started. If we manage to defeat him all the way down to 0, he won't attack at all, which is kind of nice because if you defeat him in the range or siege attack phase, even if you get knocked out by the other enemies, it doesn't matter because you still successfully liberated the Hidden Valley or liberated the Necropolis if you're going against the Dark Crusader faction leader. And at that point, you'll start getting the benefits of that. I have found this scenario significantly easier if you go the route of trying to take care of the Hidden Valley faction leader first and then going to Necropolis. I do not recommend trying it the other way. I just have never been able to make that specific order of operations work. So we have Flame Wall, which is a really strong spell, obviously. Not as strong in this scenario for some reasons. I haven't just had the opportunities to make it work as I would at other scenarios. We have Whirlwind, we have Space Bending. So it's a decent spell level. We'll see. I'm not going to go nuts trying to get Flame Wall like I might otherwise. But, it can help. One of the reasons that's nerfed, there's a lot of these faction tokens on both sides will have elemental resistance. So, it's like, yeah, Flame Wall. It's like, oh my gosh, it's inefficient against everybody. Garbage. I know there's a little bit of a glare coming from this side, and just the way with the new lighting system that I have to kind of there's cost and benefits to everything I do. So sorry about that. A little bit of a glare bomb on that card over there, but I assure you it is Flame Wave. And we will now get the... Oh, I already shuffled this. I'm shuffling it again. I just need to put 3 cards out. So we got Mountain Lore. Really like that card. Explosive Bolt can be a good card. It does require to take a wound, and it has to be played during a combat. So it's an interesting card in that sense. If wound management's an issue, you know, it might not be the greatest card ever, but that range attack and the stronger effect is also really nice. And then we have Learning. So like both of those cards a whole lot. Mountain Lore I might overvalue, but again, I love having my big hands with lots of cards. So now that these are in order, I'm going to set up my Elementalist Faction tokens. Oops, I have a Crystal Sprite that is the wrong way. All right, so that will go... How am I going to want to do this? We will definitely have to be removing things as we go. This map does get a little bit unruly in its size, but that will do. Cool. So standard wedge map. So again, you can't place core tiles on the coast. A normal placement thing that applies. So that gets really tricky again as you get up in here and you're trying to make sure that you get the necropolis on that side of the board or the hidden valley on this side of the board. Now, if it is a center tile, most commonly if you're on the 5th row here and that middle tile is either of them, you still can place it. The restriction is you just can't place it on the other side, but the center would still be fine. So it is not unusual for me to have the hidden valley up in the center, and then it'll be surrounded by a Dark Crusader faction token or 2, just based on what I roll when I randomize the other enemies on that space. Now, need to shuffle the unit offer. So we have the elite units. Again, I have them in green. That's fine. Not sure if we'll have the opportunity to get one of those here today, but maybe. See how things kind of play out. And then we're going to take the regular units. We're going to put 3 in the unit offer. So we're going to go like this. 1. So we have the Magic Familiars, the Herbalists, and the Utum Guardsmen. Do like them a lot. There are a lot of enemies with swiftness. The Utum Guardsmen can come in fairly big in this scenario. We're going to shuffle up the skills for Krang. Obviously have to get ourselves a dummy player out here. So that's going to go here. We're going to roll these dice at the source. Why not? We have 2 whites and a green. That goes here. We're going to shuffle Krang's deed deck. I'm going to create a mini earthquake over there because, you know, chaos is what ensues. And Krang's deck is shuffled. And I'm going to count, make sure there's 16 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes, still can do it, kids. Still count to 16 like a champ. And then we're going to have the ability to put out our starting terrain. What do we get here? We have, again, Dark Crusader Faction, a green enemy token. We have a Gibbering Ghoul. He is only going to give us 2 fame, so it means he won't level up, which is a little unfortunate. And he's got Vampiric, so he's attacking with a 4. For every wound we take, his armor would go. His starting armor is a 4. If he gives us a wound, it goes to a 5. If he gives another wound, it goes to a 6. So you do want to make sure we can block him if we're going to try to attack him, especially with our early starting hand possibilities here. And then we have our Ruins, which will go face up. That is, if you spend 3 green mana, you get 7 fame. We will not be doing that. And then here we have a southern tile. So that's going to get an Elementalist Faction token. It's a Crystal Sprite, whatever. And then, so if we kill both of those, that would give us a level up. Not a lot of other opportunities to defeat anything that we see on the board already. However, we do have one of the 3 magical glades. Or one of the 3 magical glades on the countryside tiles, I should say, because there is going to be at least one in the core tiles, because the green city terrain tile does have a magical glade as well. So if this was on the northern tile, we would make it a graveyard, and we would put Dark Crusader Faction tokens there. On the southern tile, we're going to make that magical glade a bastion for enemies from the Elementalist Faction. So we're going to get 1 green enemy that is a Elven Protector, and we have some kind of an Ice Elementalist, I think. I don't know, the monsters for the Elementalist Faction get a little weird. A a water elemental. I'm sorry, it is not ice, it is water. So that's a really tough combo. So the Elven Protector does some things. So the first enemy that we attack in a turn, if the Elven Protector is there, it's going to get bonus of 2 shields. So if we kill the Elven Protector, he'll have 6 shield. If we kill the Water Elemental first, he'll have 9 shield, but then we'd have to kill the Elven Protector. So neither of them have physical resistance. You have to be careful with that shield because it does that gray. Your brain might interpret that as physical resistance. So also know the Crystal Sprite also has that 1 shield as well. So if we attack the Crystal Sprite, we would actually need 3 because it's elusive. So it's 1 armor, 2 armor because of the elusive, and then the 3rd armor because of that shield. So we would have to get a range attack 3 to defeat the Crystal Sprite in the range or melee phase. If we block the Crystal Sprite, who has 2 ice attacks of a 1 each, then we would only need the 1 plus the 1, then you'd only need 2. So really, this is kind of made for swiftness. You get next to it, use swiftness, and just knock it out. But that's that 1 fame. I don't know if that's going to do all that much for us. I think it might make a lot of sense here to try to knock out these 2, but that's going to be a tall order of something to do in that first round. The thing that might help us a bit is we have the opportunity to get to this village here. We can do some pillaging, get a big hand, and maybe by the end of this round, if we knock this out, that's going to give us a total of 6 fame, 2 of those tokens. We would be able to end there. Once it's liberated, we would get the benefits of the magical glade, so we could heal right away. And we could do some other things, and we'll be adjacent to the Crystal Sprite. We can knock that out. So there's some options. So I do think it makes sense to try to get here and try to liberate this by the end of this round. Now, what's the benefit of liberating a magical glade or a graveyard? Well, if you liberate a magical glade onto, again, a magical glade that shows up on the element, on a terrain tile that is on the southern part of the board, you will get an artifact, or if you liberate a graveyard, you would get a spell. And we all know how much I love artifacts and how much they can really open up a game. So I do think that would be our primary objective here, not seeing anything else that makes a ton of sense to do. So because that's going to cost 13 attack, I'm going to try not to waste any attack at all, get here, do some pillaging, and then see what I can do. I mean, I could also try to get here, maybe get myself the Utum Guardsman as well, and that would even set me up even better to have a more effective first round. So I might not explore it all that first round, but I'd still think that would be a really good starting strategy. All right, so what is going to be our dumbing player? So we have our 6 other mages on the side here. I got Arethia, Bravelar, Wolfhawk, Goldix, Norwas, and Tovak. I rolled a 5. Norwas to the rescue. I want some bonds of loyalty, please. We'll see. We'll see. I'm hopeful. I really like Norwas' skills. All right, that's the competitive one. Good. We need his turn order. I got Norwas himself, and I'm going to take a shield here because we're going to need that when we find, or if we find, the friendly city. And I don't need this competitive token at all. Cool. So I'm going to shuffle up his 10 skills. All right, that's good. We need Norwas's little character card. Who you calling little? I'm calling you little, Norwas. What are you going to do about it? All right, we got his little cheat sheet for his skills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Donskis. All right, we got a little shield there. Got that there. Yeah, I called you little again. That's right. Deal with it, sucker. Actually, I called his shield little, but, he's sensitive. He's a sensitive guy. He's an elf. I mean, you'd be sensitive too if you were an elf, right? That's how that would work. Good. Done. That is great. Let's draw opening hand. Then we'll get the tactics and get this Krang show on the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Interesting. So, what do we have here? I have stamina, crystallize, promise, concentration, and swiftness, right? I might that's move 6. I kind of want to end on that. I don't love using concentration early. I do want to hold on to promise, and I have my other influence skills. So if I get those two action cards in my hand and recruit, so if I could try to get to here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to get all the way over here. I don't think I'm going to have enough range attack to really do much with those clowns anyway. The Elven Protector really makes that math super hard. So even having concentration and swiftness gives me a range attack 5. I would need at least a range attack 6 to kill the Elven Protector. So I don't have a huge problem with using that movement. I guess I can just do these. Oh, I don't have a blue. Oh, it's stupid. I'd like to end here so I can get that green crystal at the end of this round. And I don't want to use Promise sideways because that would be bad. I mean, I do have Ruthless. So if I can try to pick that up, maybe using Promise sideways right now isn't the worst idea. But that would be move 5. I get a green. We'll see. So because... do I want Great Start? That's an interesting question. Now, I want to try to save Great Start. I'm going to take Planning, and I think it will just help give me some bigger hands to kind of do what I need to do here and try to get through my deck a lot quicker. So, I'm not going to probably use it as much as I would hope, but I should be able to get at least some benefit out of it this round. So I take Planning. For Norwas, we're going to get the tactic of number 3. So that's going to be Mana Steal. Norwas is going to go first. We do have one other thing I forgot to do, and Norwas is going to get a white crystal, another white crystal, and his green crystal out as part of his starting thing. So Norwas is going to go first. Make the magic happen. So Norwas, oh, that's totally off the camera.
I'll move it over so people can see what's happening.
All right, so there's a Rage. We get a Swiftness, and we get a blue card in Determination. No blue crystals in the inventory, so we are totally good there. Thank you for being cooperative, Norwas, even after I called you little. So, I'm going to try to... 5 movement there. I mean, I get 2 crystals right away, and I hold on to concentration. That's pretty strong. I think that makes some sense. I'm not going to... Planning won't trigger that first turn, but I think this makes some sense. Especially, I just got to hope I get Ruthless. Or I could even get... What's that card? The red card. Improvisation. So, Stamina for move 2. Swiftness for move 2. Oh, I hate using Promise sideways. You know what? I'll just use Crystallize. Yeah, I think that gives me some more options. And I'll hold on to Promise. Yeah, I like that better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to end my turn there. I'm going to get a green crystal. All right. And then I'm going to draw out to my hand limit, which is 5. But I have 2 cards in my hand. So I will draw 6 because of Planning. Determination, Mana Draw, Improvisation, and last but not least, Ruthless. So I do have my influence cards. The problem is I don't have move 4. Come on. I really don't have move 4. Yikes. Okay. Well, interesting. And I don't have any red crystals. I just have that 1 green. I have the white here, so that's influence 4, so that's fine. The question is, how the heck am I getting here? I might be just dropping Determination. I mean, I have my 2 rages. I'm just trying to think of that. How am I going to get to 13 attack, right? Concentration could be definitely a part of that puzzle. So I just got to be really careful on how I do this. So I really got a little unlucky that I did not pick up any of my movement. But if I use Improvisation to do the movement now, I mean, that would cost like all those cards. Oh, I could turn... Oh, interesting. That's better. Mana Draw is going to give me some options. All right, cool. So, Norwas. It's always a puzzle. You just got to figure it out, kids. All right, red card, blue card, red card. Norwas is being nice and cooperative. He has 10 cards left in his deck. My turn. So it took me a while to find it, but I found it. Mana Draw. I'm going to power that with a white. I'm going to take another one of these little dice here. I'm going to turn it to any color I want. I'm going to get 2 of these mana tokens. I'm going to play Improvisation. I'm going to discard Promise. A little risky, but we're good. I hate getting rid of Improvisation is what I'm saying. So that gives me move 5. I move into this thing, Village. Now, just so you know, so you do turn these tokens face up. That's not always the case in the other Shades of Tezla scenarios. Sometimes, like when you have these similar setups, they are supposed to be face down. I think one is like one's face down, one's face up. So you got to be you want to read this rulebook really carefully. And yes, it is the most obnoxiously small print in any rulebook ever created, but that's a thing. So yeah, everything is face up in this scenario, and there's reason. I mean, it's a very hard scenario, so it makes sense. So that's why that is. So I did Improvisation. I got the move 5, and now that I'm in the village, I'm going to choose as my action Interaction. So I'm going to play Ruthless. I'm going to get Influence 6, Reputation -1 at the end of the turn. I can ready 1 level 1 or level 2 units I control by playing 2 influence per level of unit. And now I'm just going to recruit myself the Utumgaldsman. Welcome to the team, Utumgaldsman. Cool. So that's done. Again, this whole turn, all I'm trying to do is get myself set up to liberate that magical glade, right? So it's taking a lot. The red goes back. It does not get rerolled as per the terms of Mana Draw. That gets rerolled, so it's another red And then I lose a reputation because I used Ruthless. These go here. At the end of the turn, I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is 5. Planning triggers, so I get 6. Ooh, interesting. And then I'm going to pillage the village and get 2 more. And let's see if I can't just do this on the next turn. Let's attack 10.
You're saying there's a chance.
All right, we'll see. Norwas, 1, 2, 3. Pulls a blue. Oh, he's so nice to me. 7 cards left in his deck. My turn. Now remember, if I don't block either of these suckers, they're only giving me 5 wounds. only 5 wounds. And that would knock me out. So that's obviously a non-starter. So I'm going to need to block at least one of them. Obviously, the Elven Protector is going to be a lot easier to block with his attack of a 3 as opposed to the Water Elementalist, who's basically going to need 12 points of physical block. And that's not happening. Lots of interesting possibilities here. I have the green crystal, right? I have Savage Harvesting, which I can get another crystal there. So I know I'm going to end up with 3 wounds. I know I'm ending... Oh, I still have... Oh, that last card is going to be Tranquility. So I can actually heal next turn, which is really nice. I'm only going to move the 1 space, so I can actually discard a card to get myself a crystal, because since Savage Harvesting, once this turn, when you move a space, you may discard a card to get a crystal of the same color. If you discard an artifact, you may choose the color, so that's fairly strong. I'm going to... If I hold on to Swiftness, then I can also just knock that dude off on the very next turn, which wouldn't be a bad idea, because I'm probably going to be exploring and moving that way in future. So let me see what I can do. I know I'm going to need attack of 11 plus the 2 because of the Elven Defender, so I'm going to need 13. That would be 6. I'm kind of reverse engineering this hand. That would be 10. The Utham Guardsman would give me 12. I could use Stamina for 13. I don't even have a white crystal. I don't know if it makes too much sense to try to rely on Swiftness too heavily here. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. So 13, move, block, shoot. I'm not going to be able to hold on to Swiftness, I don't think. That's fine. Hopefully I'll just pick it up early next turn, and we'll make it work that way. So, I mean, I know that's Tranquility, right? So I'm going to play Savage Harvesting for move 2. Let me get myself in. So again, this is like any adventure site, so I can move there, and then I could decide as my action for the turn whether I'm actually entering. So just because I'm standing on top of those dudes doesn't mean I'm fighting them. I have to basically pick that fight myself. So Savage Harvesting, on move 2, I'm going to play, that's going to go up, March for move 4, and I'm going to discard Stamina to take a crystal. Yeah, that will work. Cool. Now I'm going to pick, as the action for my turn, I'm going to pick a fight with these dudes. I'm going to block the Elven Protector with the Utham Guardsman. I'm going to take 3 wounds because of the Water Elementalist. And now I can combine them. They're going to have a total of 13 armor. Get 7 plus 4 plus 2. So I'm going to play Concentration. I'm going to play another card, get a stronger effect plus 2. So I'm going to get Rage 4 plus 2. So that's attack of 6. I'm going to take the red mana from the source. That's an attack of a 10. I'm going to play Determination for attack 2 and Swiftness Sideways for attack 13. I defeat both of these guys. Now I get 6 fame. I'm going to take 2 of these Elementalist tokens as my rewards immediate. So I can add Ice Shield, Ice Attack or Ice Block to 1 card. And I can explore a terrain token. I think it's 2 away. It's actually a fairly strong ability to hold on to late. So Mystical Map, during your movement, reveal a new tile at a distance of up to 3 spaces. Oh, it's so strong. This costs no movement. So yeah, you would definitely want to hold on to that until we're into like the core tile section of the evening. And that's fine. And the other one is Ice Shard. It's add the ice element to an attacker block from a single action card. I'm going to end my turn on now a Liberated Magical Glade, so that benefit triggers immediately, so I get to throw that away. I got my 6 fame. I got my rewards. There is no like reputation increase. That's again some of the other... Oh, when you defeat tokens, don't put them too far away. You're probably going to need to reshuffle, so I'm going to just start new piles here of defeated tokens. And so that's it. So there's no other rewards, like no reputation bump. You don't have to do any of the stuff you have to do in like the Hidden Valley scenario or the Realm of the Dead. I'm going to re-roll that. That's a gold. So I would have had the white if I would, just decided to keep Swiftness, but that's fine. I would have been able to kill our friend, the Crystal Sprite. And now we're going to do our level up, right? Because I went from 0 to 6. In this level up, I'm going to take a look at my skills, top 2 skills coming off. Ooh, Shamanic Ritual and Mana Overload. Like them both, Shamanic Ritual is a lot more functional. So I would have had another way to get a white crystal. And then we're going to put a Norwasa skills in there. It is ready or heal a unit once a round. And then I will take, I think Mountain Lore is just a little bit stronger. I mean, I really like Explosive Bolt. Really do like Explosive Bolt. The problem with Explosive Bolt, again, it doesn't actually reduce the armor of enemies because it's that have fire resistance. But taking a wound and gaining a white and a red crystal to your inventory is really nice. Oh, it's also, you know, it is just a range attack 3, so I could just kill the crystal sprite.
Oh, the Mountain Lore is so good.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm gonna take it against my better judgment. So that goes there. That goes there. And Ice Bolt is now added to the collection, so to speak. So now I'm going to draw out to my hand limit. Boom, boom. And we are going to go to Norwas's turn. So Planet can just go away because it served its purpose. So Norwas gets a blue, gets a white, 2 more coming off the top. That's fine. My turn. I will exhaust Shamanic Ritual to get a mana token of whatever color I want. I'm going to get a white. As an action for the turn, I'm going to take on the Crystal Sprite. Range attack 3 is enough to defeat it. I get another one of these tokens. And it's another Ice Shard and 1 Fame. Now, if you use these tokens in other scenarios, you don't have to play with these. You can just add +1 Fame. But because you get the +1 Fame anyway during interaction if you want it, you know, it is what it is. I do not use these tokens in my normal games, as you can probably tell. Some people do. I think they throw the balance way off. I think they're on average way trickier and harder and add a lot more layers of complication that I personally don't find fun outside of the Shades of Tezla scenarios when I play them. And then I'm going to end my turn. Well, I'll just play, I could just power it. There's no point. I'm just going to heal 1. And because I'm ending my turn on the Magical Glade again, I'm going to heal the other one. So I have 0 cards in my hand. Norwas goes. He would declare end of round next turn. My hand is empty. I have nothing in my D deck. I have to declare end of round. So we are done. Now remember, Shamanic Ritual, there's, as my action for a turn, if I'm not doing interaction or if I'm not doing a combat, I can choose as my action to just ready that. It's a very, very dynamic skill in a way I really, really like and undervalued for a very long time. And my computer is beeping at me.
Stop it. Go away.
All right, cool. In between the rounds, let's get this all set up again. We're going to replenish the unit offer. We're going to get ourselves the Utem Crossbowmen. Oh, they might be nice. That might be worth going back there for. The Thugs. Oh, I don't have another command. Oh, but during interaction, I could discard one of those, get the Fame. Oh, that'd be worth it. And then we get the Utem Swordsman. Nice. I like all 3 of those. I'm going to reshuffle my D deck here. Oh, I didn't get my skill. I didn't get my artifact. That's right. I get that benefit. I don't know what I was saying before. Ruby Ring. Nice. Sure. I would have played that for sure. Amulet of Darkness. It's get a mana token of any color played during the day. Does just have the move course reduced to 3 if you can use black mana as if it were night. Same as the basic effect, except you get 3 mana tokens of any color instead of 1. Or I get unlimited red and black plus that Fame. I think that where I am in the Fame track, that plus Fame is too valuable to pass up. So I'm going to do that, which is going to actually give me another one of these. And that's fine. So yeah, sorry about me speaking out of turn. So we get ourselves an artifact right off the bat. And I was like, something felt wrong about what I was saying, but I just couldn't. I was like, no, I think that's right. Sometimes I just talk, people. Sometimes I just talk. So yeah, so I got my artifact. I took the Fame because obviously that's what I would have done. And I got that red crystal, which makes me happy. So I still, well, hopefully we get some red spells that come off here because Flame Wall's about to go away. This is shuffled. We're going to reset the source. Now I have even more incentive. What I'll probably do is explore and then see if it's worth going back here to this. But if that's like a tile, it's gonna be tough to get through. Remember, this is gonna be now 5 to move through during the night, I mean. So if I move off that, I want to make sure I have a route to get around it before I start getting stuck on the a tile that's adjacent to the starting tile. It's not a great place to be. Movement does become at a premium in this scenario. So I rolled a green and 2 black. I re-rolled a non-basic, and I rolled a red and a black. Oh, this should be on the. Did I flip this to dark and then flip it back to day? I think I did. I don't know what I'm doing, people. Cool. So these 3 things go here. we are going to give Norowas a gift of mountain lore. And give me a movement card, please. Ooh, Chilling Stare. Another dual colored card. Kids, it is the Ultimate Edition extravaganza. Oh, and Norowas gets a red crystal in his inventory, just like normal dummy player rules. And then we're going to shuffle up Norowas's D deck. All right, so hopefully I pick up a bunch of movement and I can get this party started right now. So we'll see. If I pick up a bunch of movement cards, what I might do is take preparation and get out some Savage Harvesting and see if I can't just load up my my inventory of crystals here. So I am drawing up to my hand limit, which is 5, Concentration, Promise, Swiftness, Rage, Crystallize. Eesh. I need more movement. I definitely need more movement. Well, I could get move 6. The problem with taking Savage Harvesting now is, what am I actually getting rid of? I mean, I could do preparation just to take, you know, something else, another big movement card, but I mean, sitting where I am, it's not great. -1 on the reputation track. I'm tempted to go back and just get the Uton Crossbowman anyway. So if I take Long Night, move back, use Swiftness to move there, get Concentration and the Influence. I could do this to use Crystallize, start blowing through my hand. Long Night gives me a lot of options. It's a little risky. Definitely don't want to turn that in right now. The Crossbowmen are just too good, man.
They're too good.
That extra range attack is very nice. The thugs are nice, but again, the fact that you have to pay them influence just for them to take damage is a problemo for sure. All right, Long Night. Tossed myself into it.
Please do not roll a 5 or a 6.
I rolled a 3. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, so Mana Search is out. I have Long Night, and I go first. We're getting a little gambly here that this terrain's going to cooperate, but I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it, kids.
That's what's happening. So I'm playing Swiftness to move back here. I would have started, since I started on a Magical Glade, I would have started with a black, but obviously it doesn't do anything for me. I'm going to play Concentration. I'm going to play Promise. I get Influence plus 2, Influence 4 plus 2, so Influence 6, -1. That's Influence 5. And then I'll play Crystallize Sideways for Influence 6. Do I just want the thugs? Attack 3, that block 3. I just think that range attack is too good. Range attack is too good. Yeah, I'll play Crystallize Sideways. That's fine. So now I have the Utham brothers, the Guardsmen and the Crossbowmen. They're like,
hi, brother, how are you?
And that will work. So I got through 4 of the cards in my deck. Again, I want to go through my deck pretty aggressively so I can actually utilize Long Night, which is even, you know, the Nora was cooperated by taking Tactic 3. It gives me an extra turn to do just that. So now I'm going to draw out to my hand limit, which is 5. So I got Explosive Bolt, Tranquility, Ruthless Coercion, Mana Draw. I can pillage the village, so I'm going to take a reputation loss and take 2 more, Ruby Ring, and Stamina. Wow, I did not get a lot of movement. Where's all my movement? I mean, my movement is like buried. It's nuts. I mean, chances are I play Tranquility and I draw a draw a card. It's gonna be a movement card, right? And I don't know if you're hearing that rumbling, but it is rumbling like crazy outside, kids. All right, so Norowas, 1, 2, 3. It's green. 1 card comes off, so he has 13 cards left in his deck. My turn. I have no wounds in my hand, so I'm just going to play Tranquility to get a card. It is not a movement card. I can attack the world, kids. Yowza. All right, I'm going to use Shamanic Ritual to get a blue mana. I'm going to get move 4. I'm going to use 2 of that movement to explore here, see if this tile cooperates. And again, core tiles, you could not do this, but countryside tiles, you can put adjacent to 1 other tile as long as the tile that it's adjacent to is adjacent to 2 others. Oh, by the way, when I killed that crystal sprite, let me think about this. Did I take that reputation for it? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. I should have been here, so I would have had to spend 1 less card. I would have spent 1 less card, so I got to use Crystallize with the blue on that turn. So that's fine, and I would have taken any color I wanted. I would have taken a white. That would have made the most sense looking at my hand. So I would not have Shamanic Ritual available to me this turn. So again, I used this card sideways because I thought I needed 1 more influence, but I actually didn't because I would have been here. That's one of the things I forget with the rampaging enemies. when they're from the factions. I take the faction token and I forget to also give myself a reputation bump. All right, so because I did that, then I would have to use this blue. I still would rather a white crystal than a blue crystal, to be honest with you. So that gives me move 4. So I'm going to spend 2 points of of that movement to explore. Ooh, that is not the Child of Dreams. So that is going to be a rampaging enemy. So we have a Minotaur. We have a Ruins, which is going to be face down because it is night. And then we're going to get ourselves it's another magical, oh, sorry, I really don't know what that was. And then that is going to get a brown and a green here in another magical glade. We have ourselves a fire elemental and another crystal sprite. It's going to be 5 movement to get back there. So I'm just going to use some cards up here. So I have 2 points of movement left. I really need to get moving up. And again, I have Long Night. This influence card doesn't do anything for me. I'm not sure Explosive Bolt makes that much sense for me right now. I'm definitely not going this way. It's going to be 5, 5, 5, 5. No, that's
Too much.
So I will get rid of one of my rages. I will hold on to mana draw, which is one of the reasons I wanted that extra white. And I will do that. So that is move 3. I have 2 points of movement left, so I can move over here and get myself set up to go exploring towards the center of the world. I still think the Youth and Crossbowmen were worth it, but obviously this got a little bit more complicated here. So I'm going to put that there. These go here. I start in a magical glade. I could throw away a wound from my hand or my discard pile. I have none. As my action for the turn, I'm just going to re-ready Shamanic Ritual. So I'm drawing up to, which if I'm re-readying Shamanic Ritual, maybe I'll keep Explosive Bolt and I'll get rid of mana draw. I think that it gives me a little bit more flexibility for the rest of this turn. Because I'll have so much access to mana anyway, right? So at least I should. In theory, drawing up 2 cards. I get Swiftness and Stamina. Yeah, man. Norwaz's turn, he gets a green. He gets a red. He gets a green. So I've had 2 turns so far. First turn I came down here and I recruited. My second turn I explored once and then I moved. And I had to get 7 points of movement for that. Just making sure that I've done this math right. And I have. Good. So I'm going to use Shamanic Ritual again to get a blue. And I'm going to play Stamina. It's like deja vu. Stamina and a blue. So I'm going to spend 2 points of movement to put this tile out. We get ourselves... Ooh, I like it. Oh, it's on the other... Oh, so it's a center tile, right? So we have to roll a die twice. Just a random mana die twice. And we'll do the rampaging enemy first. Because it's a center tile. So it's not north, it's not south. So is it Dark Crusader? Is it Elementalist? We don't know. All right, so if this is going to be a red, a black, or a blue, we will put a Dark Crusader faction or a green enemy there. If it is the other 3 colors, white, green, or gold, we will put a Elementalist token there. I rolled a white, so we get an Elementalist token here. It's face up. It is a Cloud Griffin. And now we do the same thing for the either Magical Glade or the Graveyard. Same color arrangement. It is, oh man, we are just... We're going strong with these dudes. So we're going to get a, what is that? That is a Earth Elemental enemy and another Minotaur. So we literally have the opportunity to get artifact on our way. Obviously, we cannot do all of that. We will not have the time and still have a chance to win this scenario, right? So I did Explorer of 2. Now I'm going to move and go in there. I might as well... fight this guy, right? Why not? Yeah, I have what I need to do this. So I'm going to enter the dungeon. Night rules apply. And we will get either an artifact or a spell should we win. Honestly, I might just avoid all of that and just go all the way out here and just start exploring this map. Because this is just really movement heavy. And I want to get more tiles on the board this round. So, because I would need move 5. And then I have to get a Minotaur. I mean, I can get an artifact by burning them in the monastery, right? So if I get an artifact here, I might not need these magical glades at all. I mean, they're just adventure sites, and I can just ignore them. So we're going in the dungeon. My units can't come because it's clearly too cramped down there. And we're going to pull a normal monster enemy, right? Because we're going in an adventure site. We don't have to, it doesn't belong to either faction. It is a savage independent contractor just out there in the Atlantean countryside. And we get
a Manticore! I hate you.
All right, Manticores are the worst, but we got a way to do this. So I'm going to play Ruby Ring. I'm going to get a green crystal and a green mana token. Red. It's like green, just different. I get +1 fame because of that. I'm going to power Explosive Bolt with the red. I'm going to power Swiftness with the white die from the source. And I have defeated the Manticore in the range phase. Now, again, he has fire resistance. However, he is not immune to attack or block effects. He's only immune to non-attack or block effects. So, bye-bye. You're a dead Manticore. So, I don't get any reputation increase. I do get 5 fame. It gets me up to 14. Oh, interaction. One more. Oh, this is sometimes you just want to like preemptively just, hey, just take a... take a thing so I get 1 more fame, right? I could have done this when I interacted down here because having that level up would be nice, but not into college for now. So Manticore I can just throw to the side. I got my 5 fame, and now I'm going to get my reward. I won't forget this time. So I'm rolling this die. It is a green, so I do get an artifact. Let me clean up my play area before I confuse things too much. That's a white. You see Explosive Bolt, and good, I took that back. Having that range 6 attack to kill the Manticore. Manticore has poison and assassin and swiftness. I mean, they're a giant pain. The good thing is they're not fortified in that dungeon. I got to put a little Krang shield here, and I'm going to look at the top 2 artifacts. Give me something good. All right. Ooh. Assign this to a unit you control once a round. When the unit is about to get wounded, flip this card to ignore the wound and any additional effects from it. The unit can still only be assigned damage once each combat. I don't hate that. So I don't think the Emerald Ring makes sense. I already have the Ruby Ring. So I will take the Banner of Fortitude. And if I get another unit, we can make even more use out of that. And then there is no level up. I got my reward. We are done. I'm going to draw to my hand limit, which is 5. Banner of Fortitude. Who knew? Man, so yeah, I would like to make use of all these guys. Remember, they won't help me here either. So I might be in a place where I have these units all dressed up and nowhere to go. But it does make me wonder, man, they need physical. They're physically, the Earth Elemental is physical resistant. So you would need, I can add ice. I can add ice attack. I could make an ice shard. So I would need 10 points of attack. Maybe I just go that way. I need 5 movement in. Yeah, I can do that with only taking 1 wound, which would heal right away. And then do I have the 10 points of attack? If I can figure out a way to get 5 movement in, I think I do that. I might even discard this artifact to make this happen. It's possible. Oh, I still have Long Night too. All right, so Norwas, 1, 2, 3. It's red. 1 comes off the top. So he only has 5 cards left. All right, if I go 5 in, if I don't block anything, that's 8 points of damage because of swiftness, because of brutal. I think I have Tranquility too, don't I? No, I use Tranquility. That's right, I just drew a card. If I don't block anything, max I take is 4 wounds. So then I just need the 10 points of attack. I think I do it. All right, I'm going to play Improvisation. So much for me going that way. I'm just going this way. It's going to be day anyway, so I'll work it out. I think I really want to use my units and take advantage of them. Otherwise, why do I have them? So I'm going to go in. I might refigure all this math as we go, but for now, this will do. So I know that if I do nothing and I just allow them to attack me, I'm going to get 8 points of damage from the Earth Elemental, and I'm going to get 3 wounds. Yeah, 8 points of damage, which is 3 wounds. And I'm going to get 3 points of damage, which is 1 wound from the Minotaur. I just need 10 points of attack. Yeah, this will work. All right, so I'm going to power Rage with the red from my inventory. I'm going to play an Ice Shard, and that's Ice Attack. And then I could play, so wait, don't get ahead of myself. Range or Siege Attack phase, I don't block anything, I just take these 4 wounds. All right, so 4 go to my hand, and I'm not assigning anywhere. And I might refigure that. We'll see how the rest of this plays out. And now in the melee phase, I'm going to play Rage. I'm going to make that an Ice Attack, and then I'm going to play Determination. That is attack. That's physical attack 2 plus ice attack 4. That kills the Earth Elemental. And then I could use both the Utham brothers to kill the Minotaur. Now I have March in my hand. Now remember, the Earth Elemental is cumbersome. So all I had to do, if I play 2 points of movement, I reduce his attack down to a 2 from a 4. I wish I had... Right, if I had a green, I could actually reduce his attack all the way, but I can't. So I can actually reduce his points of damage from 8 points of damage down to 4 points of damage. So he would only give me 2 wounds and not 3. And that's just better math. That is better math, kids. So I killed both of them. I took 3 wounds. I'm going to get 2 more of these tokens. Ooh, I get to throw away a wound from my discard pile. Yes, please. And then I'm going to get 6 fame, so I go from 14 to 20. Oh, wrong pile. This goes over here. This goes here. This goes here. I will clean up my play area, reroll this die. This was used up. This goes here. These go here. I'm going to end of my turn. I'm at a magical blade. I throw away a wound. And we are going to get my reward. I look at these. Banner of Fear. Heal up to 3 enemies do not attack. Yeah. Yes, please. That's fine. Works for me. And there was actually an interesting debate on the Mage Knight Facebook group with like Banner of Command versus the banner of what is this? The Banner of Fear versus the Banner of Command. And I am like such a sucker for the Banner of Command. Like I love that card. I mean, this one's fine, but I don't like having to spend a unit to cancel an enemy attack. So you're only holding on to this for the stronger effect. And I just, I don't know. Banner of Command, just give me another unit. Like, yes, please. It's amazing. So now I'm also going to do my level up. So 2 more skills from Krang. What do we get? It is 2 influence. I can ignore the effects of that track. And I can spend a green to ready it. Or I can ignore 2 points. Oh, none of that is great. I would take Nor. I mean, I really don't like either of these skills that much. I would take Nor as a skill. The problem, if I take Nor as a skill, then I'm locked in to taking learning. And I do not want learning at all. So sometimes I take a skill and I don't really like it. And it turns out to be the difference maker. So maybe that will happen today. So what my options are, there's other skills are so much better. So Arcane Disguise, what's a turn influence 2? I don't want that. Battle Hardened, what's a turn ignore either the next 2 points of damage assigned to your hero from a single physical attack or 1 point of damage from a non-physical attack. So that's fine. I will take this. It could really help with the math. So again, you just have to, it's a little mathy. You got to figure out, all right, if it's 5 points of damage, I can ignore 2. That's 1 wound instead of 2. Like, you know, you'll figure it out that way. And then Norwa's skill is the 1 point of movement for every ready unit you have. Maximum of 3 can be really useful. We're going to get an advanced action. I will not take Chilling Stare. It seems a little redundant. I mean, it doesn't work against enemies with ice resistance anyway. I do want some elemental attack, and Ice Bolt gives me the benefit of getting a blue crystal. That's fine. I'm going to draw up to my hand limit, which is still 5. And, ooh, Savage Harvesting. Hello. So Savage Harvest is interesting with Banner of Fear. I can discard an artifact and I can choose whatever color I want. I don't have a lot of great options. Yeah, that Cloud Griffin is going to be really hard to beat because he's Cloud Griffin's elusive. It has 4 armor, can't be fortified. Great, but the downside of that, man, there's so many other things. So it's elusive. So it'd be 8 armor in the range of the siege attack phase and only 4 armor if I block it, but it's also got swiftness. So I would actually need to get my Utham Guardsman back, which is one of the arguments to take that, but I really didn't want learning. So just a kind of a bunch of things. Anyway, so Long Night triggers. My D deck is empty, so I get to reshuffle this. I'm going to put 3 cards on top. So I might just actually rest right here. 3 cards on top, they go into my D deck, and then my discard pile is still my discard pile. Deep Thoughts. My discard pile is my discard pile. Great. Norvaz goes 1, 2, and 3. It's blue. Long Night goes away. My turn. I'm just going to play Savage Harvesting just to explore. And I'm not going to get the benefit of a crystal here, but that's fine. What do we get? So it's a village. It is a white mine, and we have ourselves a keep. Definitely not going keep strategy here. That is definitely on the southern part of the board. So I'll move that token up here. I cannot move. I could move these sideways to move, but then the Cloud Griffin's going to attack me. That probably doesn't make any sense. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play Ice Bolt just to get myself a blue crystal. Yeah, I've already spent these units, so I can't. The Banner of Fear would be actually useless for me the rest of this turn. I mean, I could ignore that damage, but I'm not getting up to 8 attack. It's just not realistic. So end of my turn, since I'm still on a magical glade, I throw that away. So I have 1 wound left in my hand. I'm going to draw it to my hand limit, which is 5. I got the Banner of Fortitude, Crystallize, and Swiftness. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take those 2 wounds just so I can move on. I'm not going to want to kill the Cloud Griffin next turn anyway. The problem is if I go here, then here, it's going to attack me anyway. So I'm going to have to go here, 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 explore, explore. Those 2 wounds, I mean, I can throw away a wound in my discard pile. I would rather not get 3 wounds in my hand, but I could go here, spend influence, and heal 1. I could just spend all these sideways, which isn't totally nuts. I have all these banners. But, you know, I might assign the banner. I could assign the banner to one of these guys. Flip it. Yeah, that's fine. So Norwas is going to go. He's going to declare end of round next turn. All right, so I'm going to put this on the Utham Guardsman because I don't have to expend the units. This will still work on a unit that's already been used up, which is nice. There's some power. There's some power there. I'm going to move 2. Cloud Griffin attacks. He's going to do 4 points of damage. I'm going to would assign that to the Utham Guardsman. I can flip that instead, so that's nice. I'm now in the village. Oh, you know what? I'll do this next turn. So yeah, my turn this turn is I'm just going to play this and assign it. And that's my whole turn. And then my turn and the turn effects, I lose this wound. And I'm also going to play Crystallize to get myself a crystal. I'm going to power it with the... I get a bunch of red. I'll power it with a white. That will do. I'm going to roll that. Norwas declares end of round. Now I'm going to use Swiftness to move 2 from there to there. And I threw it. I was still in the Magical 8. That's why I threw away that last wound. I move here. The Cloud Griffin attacks. Utham Guardsman would be wounded. I flip that over to ignore that wound. And I end my turn. I start my next round in a village, which is great. So end of round effects, we're going to ready this. This might be one of the first banners I've ever actually used as a banner, as a sort of the stronger effect on the channel. It's not a huge part of my strategy. Oh, and I could have flipped this up a million times over. When I didn't do an action to interact or combat, I always could have flipped Shamanic Ritual back. So that's important to remember to do. More than I remember to do it. So my reputation is only a -1, which isn't terrible. You know, again, I pillaged twice and I used Ruthless and I killed 1 rampaging enemy. So that's where that math comes out. And, you know, I wish I had more tiles on the board, but there's only 1 more countryside tile left. I can definitely get here, start putting core tiles out here, and we can see how this goes. Now I am going to start making room because we are going to need it. Oh, there should be an advanced action here, because when that came on the board, I never put that out. So Chivalry, great card. Unfortunately, we're not getting it. And I'll put a die there to indicate 1.
Singular sensation every step that you take.
Cool. We're going to get a new unit offer. We're going to get the Shock Troops. We're going to get the Illusionists. And we're going to get the Forcers. Oh, Forcers are great. Great in this scenario. They're great in a lot of scenarios. Somebody did a list where they had Foresters as one of their top units, and from especially top basic units, and I really strongly agree with that take. I've had them undervalued for a long time, but the fact it's a unit that it's 1 point of healing to heal it. It could soak 4 damage points. That move 2 is huge. I mean, it's really, really nice. So I just don't have another command token. So remember, Banner Fortitude, I could have put that back on my hand, but I didn't, which is fine. I'm probably going to use it again to try to get by these Cloud Griffins, right? It's really, yeah, there's a lot of dynamic nature to that I did not appreciate before. So it's the day. I just rolled that, so it's red, green, blue. We're going into the 3rd round. Norwas is going to get this. Chivalry goes away. These 2 cards move down. We're going to replenish the advanced action of the unit offer. We get Peaceful Moment. Replenish the skill offer. It is Blood Ritual. That goes there. We're going to put a blue crystal into Norwaz's inventory. So he's got a pretty balanced crystal inventory here. 0 spells, which, you know, is not the worst. Definitely got some strong artifacts that I like. Would like to get 1 strong attack artifact, but we'll see if that's in the cards. And then we're still trying to get up to that 24 attack in 1 turn, and that's, you know, we're pretty far from that at this precise moment. I just don't have the time. Man, I really gotta stop saying things. Like, I keep like making a liar out of myself because I'm looking at this and I don't know. From an attack standpoint, I just do not have a strong enough deck. Not as strong as I want it to be. I mean, I got 2 banners. The one that prevents attack is great, but again, it doesn't work against enemies that have arcane immunity, and the faction leader always does, right? So I feel like I might actually be stuck doing that. which is nuts. So, because the sprite and the fire elemental are not that bad, it would level me up, give me another recruitment opportunity, and then and the movement from there, that's easy, right? Like that's doable. It's very, very doable. So let me great start this. The level up will give me an extra card. There's just a lot of reasons. I think I'm attacking, liberating all three to Magical Glades. I don't think I've ever done that in a game of Life and Death. So that's pretty nuts. So I'm gonna draw out my hand limit, which is 5, and I already committed to great start because I'm just trying to get enough attack to do what I need to do here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is correct. I could also pillage a village and go super overkill here if I wanted to go to 8, 9. And sure, why not? Let's make this happen. Let's make this happen the easy way. Banner of Fear, of course. I could have assigned the Banner of Fear. Now I'm thinking of it, but I wouldn't want to spend a unit to do it. Again, Banner of Fear for me, I just use it. I just hold on to it for the stronger effect at the most opportune time, which is certainly not now. So that's fine. I have Shamanic Ritual. I have a lot of cards to like right now. So I took great start. We'll see what the little elf over here is going to do.
He keeps calling me little.
Norwalk's going to complain to HR here for making fun of his diminutive stature. Diminutive. Strong word, Greg. All right. Norwas is like, you know what? I'm going to go first because you keep making fun of me. So he's going to pull off a whatever that is. It's a green. It's a white. It's a blue. One more. So he's down to 14 cards. My turn. I have so many things I like about my hand. Oh man, can I get 9 points of ranged attack? Can I? Can I? Oh, this is insanity. Yes, I can. What? Alright, so neither of them are physically resistant. Remember, the Crystal Sprite has the defender thing, so it's if I do in the range phase, it's 2 plus the 1 plus the 6. So I need 9 points of range physical attack. And that is very doable. So I'm going to play Savage Harvesting. Let's move 2. I'm going to move 3. I can discard a card to get a crystal of any color if I want to. Seems unnecessary. I'm going to power Swiftness. Well, no. Yeah, I'm going to use Swiftness. I'm going to power that with the white. And I'm going to use that to kill the Crystal Sprite. And then in a separate attack, I'm going to play Ice Bolt. I'm going to power with the blue. It's range ice attack 3. Nope, even better. I'm going to power it with the green. So it's range ice attack 5. And then I'm going to use up the crossbowman. And that is enough range attack to kill the fire elemental. I did not take a wound. So, you know. And the crazy thing is I also had this ability where I could reduce one of the Crystal Sprite's attacks down to 0. And not taking that wound. I mean, just nuts. Nutty nuts. So now I have a Ruby Ring, a Rage, a Banner of Fear, and a mana draw. At the end of my turn, I'm going to drop the Banner of Fear because I'm just not going to want it this turn. I'm going to start my next turn with a gold because I am in a Magical Glade now, and that could come in handy. So we're going to get what? I get 2 more of those tokens. We get, give me the other one. I really want the other one that allows me just to reveal a tile. This one allows me to take a skill from the skill offer. Oh, that might be, I might sub that out. That's fine. It's called the, where's that little cheat sheet? The Tome of Relearning. On your turn, when not in combat, you may swap one of your skills for another in the common skill offer. And then you can actually take one of your own back too. So I might as well leave these here. I don't know why I'd want to take one of my own back, but just in case. And then I also got this one is a Cloak of Shielding. Once when your hero is about to be wounded, you may ignore 1 wound and any additional effects. It's really showing it's vampiric, really showing it's poison. Really, really like it. And then I get my 5 fame, which gets me from 20 to 25, which gives me another shield, which gives me a card draw of 6. I'm going to roll this. I took my rewards a little bit early. Some of my rewards I did not take. I mean, I did my level up early. I'm supposed to get my rewards first. You know what? Peaceful Moment is in my way. I'm going to put this down here just to get it out of my way. And so I can have my D deck here because there's so many more components in this scenario. That's still my hand. Yeah, all that makes sense. And do I want the Ruby Ring? You know, I'm going to play the Ruby Ring too as a special effect. Just get the red crystal and the 1 fame just to get that out of my hand. Right now, I really want movement. So all of that is done. I could go back here, try to recruit the foresters probably now that I have this command token. I'm going to take an artifact. Give me something strong and attack. Horn of Wrath. Oh, the Banner of Command. Oh! I have no core units out, but this is so great. Oh, it's so great. Horn of Wrath has been used on this channel so much. It's so strong, though. You know what? That's it. We're going banner. We're just going to go banner heavy, kids. This is going to be... It's a banner day here in solo playthroughs. I love the Banner command so much. And I haven't had to play it in a while, so... I'm just excited, kids. Here we go. So now I'm going to drop my hand limit, which is now 6. And if I get some influence... So I'm clearly not using the Banner command, but that influence 4 is nice. So, yeah, I'm not going to use it for the stronger effect until there's some core units out there, or elite units out there for sure. But, yeah, hello. I mean, depending on the right unit, I mean, it could be, you know, I mean, Horn of Wrath is really strong, but some of these units, you know, will really match that pretty closely. So, happy about that. Oh, this would have revealed once it became day. Oh, I can kill an orc and a monster for an artifact. What I really need to do is I need to explore. I need to explore. I need to get tiles out. So I might go here just to I won't have the time. I don't want to spend the time on that. Let me get these 3 tiles off the board because we're gonna need to start making room. Yep. Yes, we are. Cool. Now that's still the center, just to kind of orient where we're at. Norwas, what are you doing, sir? He gets a red, I'm struggling with colors, blue, a white, and a red. So 1 more. So he's down to 10 cards. My turn is I'm going to move 2. I think I recruit while I have the opportunity. So I move 2, I go here. I'm going to play the Banner of Command for influence 4. I need influence 6. I'm still at a -1 here. So I need influence 6 to get another unit. I'm not planning on doing much combat here. So I'm going to do Crystallize Sideways and Mana Draw because I have enough mana. So that's influence 6 because again, it's only 5 for the Foresters. That makes it... 6 is my reputation is augmented to -1. I'll take myself the Foresters. That movement will definitely come in handy. And I do not get any fame for the basic effect of Banner of Command. And if I had no more tokens free, I could assign it to the Banner of Command. Obviously don't want to do that. I never used, you know what, that white, I already used, when I defeated everything there, I'm going to take that white crystal back and I would have gotten the white mana token from Shamanic Ritual. And now on this turn, again, I did interaction. So my next turn as my action. Next turn, I don't do interaction or combat. I will ready that again instead. Done. The gold goes away. I'm going to draw out my hand limit, which is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got improvisation, ruthless coercion, stamina, and explosive bolt. Do I want to pillage? Yeah, I don't really care about reputation anymore. So 2 more. And let's see if we get a big movement turn, get all these tiles out. So we can try to eliminate this Elementalist Faction leader pretty easily in the next round. So Norwas goes. He gets a white. He gets a red. He gets a blue. 1 more comes off. Now the Utham Guardsmen are nice, but if I move here, it does stop my movement, and I'm going to have to... The Banner of Fortitude is great, but, you know, I think it might make more sense... do I just kill that dude? I mean, I can block it easily with the Utham Guardsmen. I get the reputation back. I get 3 fame and another token. Oh, man. Sure. That's fine. I got the turns. I've gone through my deck really fast. So I'm going to move 2. It triggers an attack from the Cloud Griffin. I'm going to expand the Utham Guardsman. Block. It counts twice against swiftness. So he's totally blocked. So I only need 4 points of attack. So I will play improvisation. I will discard ruthless coercion. No, I want that movement. That's what I want. I will just play rage and power the red from the source. And that's plenty. Take a wound. I still have tranquility, right? Oh, I still have tranquility? Great. I'll take the wound. Because I can. And I know I have tranquility, so I'll heal it pretty easily. So I take a wound. I'll take a red and a white. Again, I played that during my battle with the Cloud Griffin. And now I maxed out on reds and whites in my inventory. Still didn't rest, so I can't ready Shamanic Ritual. But I'm fine with that. Cost, Forest Hills and sponsors by 1 for the Foresters. Just taking a look at their movement capability. That's a gold. That's the end of my turn. And, oh, I got the fame for the Cloud Griffin. So I get 3 fame. It gets 26 to 29. And I take 1 more of these. It is the Fire Fragment, I think. The Fire Gem. add the fire element. So I only got one of these, which is unfortunate. I already used one crystal shard, so I would like the other one of those just to make the rest of this round a lot more efficient, but this will be fine. So Norwas is going to go. It's a white, it's a white, it's a green, one more. So he's been nice and steady with 4 a pop, so I appreciate that. So you get 2 cards left, so basically he's going to have 1 turn, and then he'll declare end of round, so I got 3 turns, this one and 2 more. Do I want to drop Ruthless Coercion? Yeah, I would have dropped Ruthless Coercion at the end of last turn. There's no point in holding on to that. Is it Tranquility? It is. Awesome, my turn. I'm going to heal a wound, because I can. I'm going to power improvise. I have so much red, so I'm going to power improvisation with a red crystal. I have move 2 from the foresters, and I have stamina, right? So let me do this systematically. So before you get trapped in how I spend this, right? So I'm going to spend the move 2 from the foresters. The cost to move, the Cloud Griffin goes over here. The cost to move into forests, hills, and swamps reduced by 1 this turn to a minimum of 1. A minimum of 0. It's like 1. It's just, you know, less. What am I going to do? I'm going to use 2 points of movement to explore. Now this is on the Dark Crusader side of the board. We have no rampaging enemies, and we do not have a graveyard. We have a maze, which is interesting, but right now our whole goal is to get as many tiles out as we can, see the lay of the land for the next 2 turns. And that was the last countryside tile. So that is a keep. I'm definitely not attacking any keeps right now, so don't have to worry about that. Now I'm going to play stamina for move 4, and I still have a swiftness. So yeah, so I have move 7 more if I really want it here, right? Which is pretty nuts. So I'm going to move 1, 2, using the stamina. I have 2 points of movement from the stamina. Remember, with movement, you can alternate between moving, exploring, moving, spending more movement. There's a whole bunch of things you can do. It's very, very flexible. Oh, this reveals, so I'm adjacent to it, and it's day. We get some heroes chilling in there. I'm going to explore here. It is the Red City. The problem with that is we are... No, that is in the center. All right. Oh, we have a dragon on our face. What? So the Red City is going to go there. Oh, which is super nuts. This is the edge of the universe. So I can't put a core tile there. I can put a core tile here. That's wild. So what's really interesting about that, so the Red City is definitely there. We've found the Necropolis with the level 7 Necropolis leader, who I do not want to mess with this turn at all. He's going to come into play level 7. He comes into play with 1 green enemy, 2 monsters, and 1 Draconum. So 1 green, 2 monsters, and 1 Draconum. They are all face up on the Necropolis. We get ourselves a Vampiric Dragon who has elusive. We get ourselves the... What the heck is this thing called? It's a pretty nasty monster. It has Paralyze. A Pain Wraith. That's right. It causes me pain when I see it. We have a vampire, and we have a gibbering ghoul. So a bunch of vampiric enemies here. I think all 4 of them have vampiric. No, 3 have vampiric. 1 is paralyzed. Fine. Easy. Easy peasy. They all go face up here. Now, these dragons, we have to decide what the heck they are, because we're still in the middle of the universe, right? So we ended up with 2 middles. Is that right? Yeah, middle. We had a middle token here, a middle tile here, and a middle tile here. So yeah, this is 3, this is 5. This we can safely just move off the board so it doesn't cause any confusion. All right, I am going to I need to roll the die to see what faction this guy's from. We'll do this one first. I rolled a blue. It is going to be from the Dark Crusader Faction, and it is a Death Dragon. And I'm going to roll here. I rolled a blue. Just keep it consistent. So we get another Death Dragon. Now that sucker is attacking with a 7 with Assassin and Paralyze. He has 9 health. Can I kill him? So I'm going to take this red back. I don't have my units right now. I guess the real question is, do I bother with him? It's 6 Fame, which gives me another advanced action card, which is really nice. He's attacking too much to really use a Banner of Fortitude. Remember, if I assign a wound, when your unit's about to get wounded, flip it to ignore the wound and any additional effects. Oh, but yeah, then I have to assign the other 2 points of damage. Oh, but I can ignore those 2 points of damage with this. No, with this. But then do I have the 9 attack is the question. Nope, I do not. That would be 9. Realistically, I don't know if it makes sense to mess with him too much. Probably gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go through this, unless I just go all the way around it. 6 points of movement. Cost to move through forests and hills is reduced by 1. I think I take advantage of that because that's still in effect for this turn. And I just kind of go around. Oh, but I can't explore there. Oh, no, I can. I can explore here because that's not the edge of the universe. And I could explore from there and see what's going on here. And then I could actually go into the keep if I want to later without triggering the Death Dragon. That makes the most sense right now. So I'm going to do what I was originally going to do. I have 5 points of movement here. And then I have Swiftness, which gives me 7 points of movement. It's 2 points of movement into here. 2 points of movement into here. Why is it reduced? Because of the Foresters. And then I'm going to spend the remaining 3 points of movement. I'm going to spend 2 of them to explore. Is it the Elementalist Faction Leader home? It is not. We have a white mine. We have a tomb. Remember, this looks weird. Remember, I took some tiles off. So this is not the edge of the universe. This is. We have a mage. We have a ruin. The ruin's going to be face up. That's a ton of movement to get through there. It's a lot of wastelands. So that's not ideal. And we are going to have to get through there at some point. Because I'm going to have to explore like up here. Remember, I can only put the green city on this side of the board. Right? So a lot of sketchy things has got interesting, kids. So that is if I defeat a keep and a mage tower, it is I can get a unit from the unit offer. So that's fine. This is going to go here. So it's going to be 3, 7, 11, 13 just to get another tile here. And it's all movement. That's really intensive. That's going to go here. This goes here. But I think it was the right call not to take on that dragon. Because again, I'm stuck there. I mean, it's going to be a lot of movement through there. This, and then that would have been here. No, this actually worked out a lot better considering the way the tiles came out. That's the end of my turn. I'm going to draw up to my hand limit. I just promise. I was hoping for a big movement card. I can just kind of go in. Oh, I could have just done this. Nah, that's fine. Yeah, this is stronger later. I think I still don't want to deal with that dragon. The level up is so nice though. The level up's nice. He's gonna get a dual color card as soon as I go here. So if I just plan on defeating the Elementalist Faction Leader in the 5th round, that would still give me the 6th round, depending on how close they are to each other. So this could work out still pretty well. I have that one card that's useless. I will take. No, I'll leave the Banner of Fortitude. I think. Still think that makes the most sense right now. Instead of wounding all those guys and then healing them. All right, end of the round. We're giving a dual color card to Norowas. We get a white crystal to his inventory because of Whirlwind. It's a little bit unbalanced there. That comes there. It's meditation. Don't hate that. The Peaceful Moment comes out. That gets replaced with Ice Shield. And we got Shield Bash. Oh, dude, there was this crazy thread about Shield Bash on the Facebook forum. That card, man. I never liked that card. I like it less. The math of that gets really confusing when you start doing the stronger effect. And honestly, it's very rarely you're going to have that much block in your hand and still be in a good place to do anything strong in my mind. The Amahotep Freezers is really nice. The Peasants and the Utham Guardians, I will probably use the Banner Command and the Utham Guardians. Oh, but I need another token. I'm gonna need another token. I mean, I could just disband one of these dudes too, which isn't. The Foresters might have served their purpose at this point. So this is gonna go here. And I don't remember if I shuffled this. I think I did. I'll shuffle it again because it's fun. All right, this will go here. And we're good. All right, we're going to reset the source. It is a white, a gold, and a black. I have to re-roll these 2. It is a gold and a blue. It's not useful. The gold is useless. We're going to put this here. Well, yeah, I guess there are, if I start defeating one of these Dark Crusader factions, there are ways you can flip the script on that a little bit. I never put the ruins out, and that was discovered during the day. So technically that was discovered first. So that should be over here. And we'll do this. I mean, I'm probably not doing it, whatever it is anyway. That is defeat 2 orcs for a crystal of every color. Yeah, not doing that. I keep saying that and then I do it. So take that with a grain of salt. This is going to go down here. I have to draw my opening hand. 6 cards. March. More movement, baby. Swiftness. More movement, baby. Stamina.
Oh my gosh, it's so much movement.
Oh, Ruthless Coercion and Rage. What do I want? I'm going to try to save Sparing Power for the last night. So we'll see. So we're gonna roll for Norwas. He rolls a 3, 3 is gone. He rolls a 4, 4 still in. He's gonna go first, and when I take preparation, I get to take a card that I want. What card do I want? I just want movement and lots of it. There's no green in the inventory. Oh, Shamanic Ritual will give me a green. That will definitely give me a green. I have a blue, so move 10. Move 10 can get me there, and that's perfect. Yeah, I just gotta blow through this tile. I have to blow through this tile. I'm gonna take, do I want crystals? No, I'm not throwing all my cards. I just need movement. I'm gonna take concentration to get me a lot of movement. I wish the foresters worked in I wish their effect worked in wastelands. It's just forest, hills, and swamps. That's fine, because they're foresters. That's what they do. So Norwas is gonna go first. He has a blue, a green. Don't be a white. Oh, it's green. Nice. Thank you. There's a white. Get one. Get those whites. Bleed that deck of whites. Bleed it now. All right, my turn. So I'm playing concentration. I'm going to get a green from Shamanic Ritual, and I'm going to play March. So that's move 6. I'm going to power stamina. That's move 10. And I'm going to use the foresters to reduce the cost of my movement by 2 here. I do not want to mess with that dragon. I mean, I keep saying I don't want to mess with that dragon, but I kind of want to mess with that dragon. Remembering, so this is 4, this is 5. So yeah, neither of those are the edge of the universe, and these are both clearly green territory, so that will work. So yeah, I think I just go up here and I just try to get this green thing on the board quick. So I'm gonna go I'm gonna use a forester, so I have move 12 right here. So 1 2 4 5 1 2, that's up to 6, that's up to 10. And then I'm going to explore here. Yes, I'm going to explore here. This really needs to be the green. I'm trying to think if there's a way I can fudge it so I can try to get a tile out there that's not the green. But it's going to be hard. Because remember, 3 away I can explore. So if I was like here, I could explore. But I still have to explore in that spot. Yeah. That's fine. What I should have done when I was here, I could have explored here to get rid of that tile over there. That would have been the move. And then I still could have come over here to explored. But obviously you always risk if it's the green. I'm like, oh no, I have to shuffle the green back in. So you know, there's reasons why I did what I did. That but the better strategy was to thin this exploration deck. But if this is the green now, it's no harm, no foul. So again, I had 6 points of movement. This was reduced to 2. That's 10. Sorry, 12 points of movement, so I have 2 points of movement left. I'm exploring. It is the blue city. So it's going to get a shield from Norwas on it. It's going to get a shield from me on it. It is definitely in the Elementalist world, so it's going to get a Elementalist dragon, which is going to make getting it to there a little bit harder. We get a blue thing. We get another advanced action offer, and that dude is totally blocked off my path. Oh, it's so nasty. That doesn't reveal. Can't put a green there. If I explore here, I think the green city, if it's here, I'd be okay. But, oh, that came out weird. Magic talents now in the unit offer. You can't see it, it's off camera. I get +1 card draw if I'm adjacent to the blue city, which is going to be super hard to do in my current predicament. Question is, can I realistically move around? Oh, that's a ton of movement. That is a ton of movement, kids. I'm going to have to be killing this dragon anyway. Oh, it's so bad. The other reality is I kill what's there. I take underground travel. Move up to 3 reveal space on the map. You may not move through swamps or lakes this way, but I can move over mountains. I can move over mountains. And it's only 2 more points of movement to get in there. I have a bunch of what I would need. I think that's kind of my only option right now. Attack. Have a bunch of attack. That's gonna have to work. From an action efficiency standpoint, I just think I do it now. So I'm going to move in. I'm attacking this Mage Tower. Remember, it's only move 2 to get in there because the foresters are still in effect. And we have some sorcerers. So your sorcerers are attacking 6. Great. So this is going to be perfect. So I'm going to not try to block them. If this unit would be wounded, I'm going to exhaust that. So that's 5 points of damage that was assigned to the Utum Guardsman. And then I'm going to ignore 1 point of damage, the rest of the damage to me, so you ignore all side effects as well. It's really, really actually coming in handy. So yeah, just totally ignore 2 points of damage, and that's all, including all the side effects, which is great. So now I just need 6 points of attack. I'm going to play Rage. That's attack 4. And then I'm going to use the Utham Guardsman. That's attack 6. And we have defeated this guy. Now I lost a reputation because I seized a fortified site. I'm going to get 5 fame, which gets me up to 34. And I'm going to get my reward, which is underground travel. Thank you very much. I might interact if I get influence cards, which I have. Yeah, I might just interact simply so I can discard one of these just to get myself another fame, which means I level up, which I think would be really, really strong with where I'm at. It's a little not action efficient, so I'm a little worried about that. That move 3, I mean, I can just move there just for the cost of a green mana. Like, yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer considering how this played out. So let me see what's going on with this though. So I'm going to re-roll this die. Oh, it's another red, which isn't great. These all go away. And I will also put a shield on top of the Mage Tower. Should remove these, and the new middle is up there, so that's fine. Off the board. Off the board with you. That's what I say. Cool. I'm going to draw out to my hand limit, which is 6. Underground Travel, Shocker, Ruby Ring, Banner of Fear, and Stamina. Okay. Well, if the green's there, and I get to move 3, that's not terrible, because then I can just move across that. So I think I just explore and then see what's going on. Do I want another one of those? Oh, Mistform is move 4. That's nice. Offering is also interesting. So maybe I spend 6 influence, or it'd be, oh wow, because I'm -3. So I need a ton of influence. I would need, this is 6. I would need 4 more influence. I think I still have Promise somewhere in my deck. Oh wait, I could discard these. So if I do 6, 7, discard one of those for 10, spend a red crystal. I have Ruby Ring, get Offering, discard another one of those for the fame. I think that's starting to make some sense. I think that's making some sense. All right, so Norowas goes, yeah, that was all 1 turn. That's so stupid. Yeah, that was all 1 turn. Norowas goes, white, green, don't be white, it's red. So what did he have? 16. We went through 3 rounds, 19. So he should have 11 cards left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's correct. I'm going to play Stamina for move 2 and see what's going on here. Is it the green? It is. So we found the Hidden Valley. I could actually just send myself there. I could send myself, no, that's going to be, well, I could send myself there too. Yeah, that's probably the right move. So we're going to get a green enemy. I'll do it one at a time. Green enemy here. It's an Elven Protector. Green enemy here. It is a Elementalist Priest, I think. Priestess?
Priest, what are you? What are you?
I'm an Elementalist Priestess. We got the Hidden Valley comes here. And I really don't want to be messing with those dudes much. We're going to get a monster and a thing here. Another Elven Protector. And I might want to kill the Priestess simply, and then I can start pillaging the village. That's probably the best idea. So now we have the faction leader. We're level 7. So I'm going to put a red token over here for a level 7. I'm going to put a blue over here for level 7. We get 3 greens, 1 brown, and 1 red. We had to reshuffle the greens, but we have an Elven Minotaur, Crystal Sprite, and another Crystal Sprite. Don't hate that. We're going to have to reshuffle the browns now. And we get ourselves the one I didn't want to see. Of course, the Earth Elemental, and then the red is the Savage Dragon. So a bunch of physical resistance there. I am going to want to level up here. So let me do this. I'm going to play the Ruby Ring to get 1 crystal, 1 red mana, and 1... Oh, I get the fame that way. Are those offerings that good? They can be. Definitely can be. If I rest, I get this back, which will give me a green, which will allow me to use underground travel, which could be pretty big. Banner of Fear is fairly strong. Yeah, I'm not sure Ruthless Coercion makes all that much sense right now. Don't know what offering does for me. That's that great. Meditation, Misform, neither of them are that great. I think if it was like ice, like storm, snowstorm or whatever, I think that makes more sense. So I'm going to level up anyway. That's good to know. Question is it worth it? Sure, I'm gonna use this crystal there. I can spend 6 influence. Now, if I want to ready both of these, again, I can ready one level 1. I can ready level 1 and level units by control by paying 2 influence per level of unit. So it would be 6 total. So I just need to spend 3 more influence. So I'm going to get rid of the... I'm not going to need this anymore. So that's fine. I saved it for nothing. So I'm going to spend that. That just gives me that surcharge. So again, it's 9 influence total to ready both of these units. And then I'm going to lose a reputation because I used the stronger effective ruthless coercion. So that's fine. And I use that with that. And that was my action for the turn. It's a little ambitious. I think I'm going to try to get an attack in on that jerk this round. So that's why I wanted those units back. I need a green. That's my problem. I need a green mana. Otherwise I can't power underground travel. Oh, let me do the level up. So level up. Again, I got the 1 fame just because of the red ruby. Ooh. All right, so I can spend a mana every turn to discard a red, or I can get this token, or I get this. I mean, shield. I've been making fun of shield bash so much, but I might actually take it. But take a wound. Mana token of any color. Oh, blood ritual will give me the green. Oh, that's fine. I will take this. It's really flexible in a way I like. This other one is I can pay a mana of any color and throw away one from your hand. If I have to least fame, which you always do in a solo game, I could also draw a card. Nah, it's fine. I think the other one's just way more dynamic. So that's going to go, again, I'm putting that here because of this. I'm going to roll a mana die. Oh, this should be a 2 now. I'm rolling a mana die. It is black, so this starts at a +1 cold fire attack. Yeah, I really think we're going to try to get an attack in on the Hidden Valley this turn, which is cool. So I got my skill. I'm going to take Blood Ritual. That goes there, and that goes there. I'm drawing with my hand limit, which is still 6. 1, 2, 3. Norowas is 1, 2, 3. It's red, so he's still going nice and slow for us. My turn. I'm playing Blood Ritual. I'm taking a wound. I'm gaining a red crystal to my inventory. And I'm going to take any mana token of any color. So I'm going to take a green, including non-basic, which is pretty strong. I'm going to take that green to power up underground travel. I get to move 3 spaces. I'm going to end on that village. Now, I'm going to spend the white from the source. Again, the elemental priestess, she has ice resistance and she has fire resistance. She does not have physical resistance. So I'm going to use the white die from the source to give me range attack 3. And then I'm going to use, oh, right. So it started on the black, which is bad. I can move this once a turn. I would have moved that last, nope, I got that last turn. So I will move this turn before I forget. So you get that effect, right? I wish I started on green because I would have loved that one extra ranged attack. Do I have any more ranged attack? Sure, I'll use the crossbowman. That gives me range. I just don't want to deal with wounds and messing with that garbage. That's 1 point of healing, right? Yeah, it's 1 point of healing or throw away a wound from your discard pile. So that's fine. So I kill the elemental priestess. I get a reputation back. I get 3 fame. I get another one of these. This is going to go here. I'm going to toss this out after battle to get rid of that wound I took. And again, my action for the turn was that attack. And I already moved that to get into a position that I wanted to be on more next turn. Awesome. So I can swap out another skill. I really don't like those. That's fine. Man, I haven't taken Blood Ritual in a long time. This is nuts. Nuts, nuts, nuts. Lot to think about in this scenario. I re-roll this. That's. Hand limit 6. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pillage the village and get 1 and 2. So I have not seen my banner of command. Yeah, I've not seen my banner of command. I hate losing the Uther crossbowman, but I might do it anyway because those Ultim Guardians are looking mighty fine to wreck some shop here this turn. But we'll see which one of those two is going to be the most useful. So again, the way this skill works for those who don't know, because I know not everyone has Krang, is that, again, I started here. Now every turn I get to move it, and I get the benefit of where I'm moving it to. So I started on a Cold Fire Attack 1. Those mana in the middle, they don't mean anything except for setting where it initially goes, which is why I rolled the mana die, and again, it became a black. That's going to just move. So I moved it there. So next turn I can move it and I get 2 attack. Turn after that, I can move it and get whatever the heck I want. Turn after that, I can move it and get 3 shield. Turn after that, I can move it and get 1 movement. So it's pretty dynamic in that sense. Norwas is going to go 1, 2, 3. It's white, so 3 more. Does he go through his deck? No, he does not. I don't hate that. My turn. I'm going to play Tranquility to get a card. I still have 3 cards on my deck. I'm going to play... Well, Crystallize is absolutely useless for me right now because I'm maxed out at 3 whites in my inventory. Promise isn't doing much for me. So, I can add another one of Norwat's skills. It is a white crystal and a green mana. It is Whisper in the Treetops. Okay, I will. So that was the card I played. I'm going to pillage the village again, get 2 more cards. Banner Command is there, which is good. Now, I did not take an action for this turn, so I can ready Shamanic Ritual as well, and I will leave that on the 2 attack. I think I lose the Uthran Crossbowmen as much as I like them. Get the Altum Guardians to attack 5. Freezers are also fairly strong. That block 8, though, could make a big difference. Or I give everyone physical resistance, which is also pretty sick. Not sure how much attack I can muster, but it's a fair amount. So Norwas goes there. He's going to declare end of round next turn. My turn. Movement into the Hidden Valley is always 2, and I kill the Priestess because I didn't want to provoke her attack, so I can go in without worrying. But just those are the enemies I need to take care of, and that is all I need to worry about. This was from last turn. All right, so I'm going to move to... Oh, you know what? Influence. No, I'm actually at the point where I can't interact anymore. So Banner Command is not interaction. It's like a special effect. So it just becomes like a healing effect. So since I'm not interaction, even if I'm an X, I can still just take whatever I want from the unit offer. The question is, I'm still unsure whether I want the Altum Guardians or the Freezers. That block 8's really nice. Yeah, I'm gonna take on this turn. I'm going to break the Banner Command. I get 2 fame, and I'm going to disband the Uthran Crossbowman and put that dude here. All right, he comes in ready, and we're good. Thank you for Crossbowman for your service. I'm now going to... That was the card I played. That's fine. I'm going to pillage the village again to get this last card in my hand because more cards the better. And Norwas declares end of round. So this is my final round this turn. I'm going to play Savage Harvesting for move 2. Now, if I want another crystal, and have a card lying around, I can discard a card to get a crystal. I know that. I'm moving into the Hidden Valley. It's not a fortified site, so I don't lose a reputation. And we got to figure this out. Now, if I block nothing, this is a 6 cold fire attack. Remember, he's Arcane Immunity, 6 cold fire attack, and it's brutal. So that's going to be a total of 4 wounds if I do not block the faction leader, which I'm probably not. Right, so 4 wounds there. This was from... long ago. I think it was this round. I will note in the video if it wasn't. So that's four wounds from the faction leader. Right. I'm going to move this Elven Protector because I'm just going to put him face down so he doesn't kind of distract us. So I'm going to put this face down so it doesn't distract us either. And now we have these 4 units. And actually, I'll just move this whole thing up to give me more of a surface because this is our final map, kids. We know what it is.
It is what it is.
All right. But over the Savage Dragon, that's 10 points of damage. So that would be 4 wounds if I assign them to me as well. Now remember, too, I'm going to take this banner back for sure. So if I end this and they're all wounded, I'll have this card on my deck that I can just heal them all when it comes out of my deck again. If I don't block the Earth Elemental, that's 8 points of damage. That's 3 wounds. If I don't block the Crystal Sprite, that's 2 attacks of 1 each. That's 2 wounds. Now remember, I still have this skill here. Same with this other Crystal Sprite. And if I don't block the Minotaur, it's only 1 wound because he's the only one among these clowns that is reasonable. Thank you. Now, the Earth Elemental is cumbersome, so if I spend 4 points of movement, I can just reduce his attack. The problem is I don't have any more movement cards. If I reduce his attack by 1, then it's only 6 points of damage. So that's kind of a no-brainer. So if I use Crystallize Sideways, reduce that attack by 1, that's fine. I could also discard that and get a blue, though. Yeah, I'll use Promise Sideways because I don't need the white. I'm going to dislodge Crystallize, just get the blue with Savage Harvesting. That's going to make some more sense. So I reduced this attack down to a 3, because of Cumbersome and even with Brutal, it only comes in at a 6. It takes 1 wound out for 1 card. It seems like a fair trade. Range attack, I'm not going to worry about doing a bunch of damage to him just yet I don't have much in the way of range attack. I can power, determination, block 5, take care of these wounds. So that's kind of a no-brainer. I just want to get as much, if I can get 28 points of damage on that dude, that is like the ultimate. And he is physically resistant and ice resistant. You have to be careful where you move them down to. That's the one thing about I think the Elementalist. It's like sometimes if you move them down, their armor changes in a way that it's like, man, you're better off killing them one less level and dealing with them later than doing one more level, if that makes sense. I am going to do a block for, well, if I don't spend this, because then I could assign damage to the guardsman, which I probably want to do anyway. That works twice against swiftness. No. I think this makes more sense. I want that extra card in my hand because I need a card to discard when I play improvisation. Manager is also kind of a useless card. But if I just block the 4, I'll just block him with the Utham Guardsman and take care of those wounds. And now I can ignore one of the wounds in the Crystal Sprites with this. So because there's 1 point of damage, I can ignore 1 point of a elemental attack. So I'll do that. And we're down to 7 wounds. Oh, you know what? I'll block the Minotaur with the Utham Guardsman. And I will use Promise Sideways, and I'll use the Foresters to block the Earth Elemental. Yeah, that's fine. So Earth Elemental was totally blocked, and that will do. And now we just have all these wounds. When I hold on to that attack 5, which is fairly strong. Oh, I had the Banner of Fear too, but it doesn't work against him anyway. And I had the block card, so I'll hold on to this for the last round. I'm going to assign wounds to my level 1 units, or my regular units. So this one's going to go here. This one's going to go here. And I just have those 5 wounds, which I can take all into my hand. And I might refigure that. We'll see how the math works out. But if ultimately I take these 5 wounds to my hand and I'm not knocked out because nothing is paralyzed or anything like that. How many points of attack can I get? Now he is ice resistant, so that's a little unfortunate. So my ice bolt is a little useless against him, but it could be a difference maker. We'll see if we want to kill anything else. I doubt I will. Physical attack, I'd have 2 points of attack for that. 7 with the Ultimate Guardians. That's another 5, so that's 12, 15, 19, or even better, if I did this, powered that, turn this into blue, took 2 blues. I could ignore a wound, or I can make that a fire attack. It's not going to matter. So if I just do the ranged ice attack, he's resistant to it, but it gets me to a 20.5, so that would basically kill 5 levels. What's his level 2 look like? He's attacking with a 4 ice attack, and it's paralyzed. But I can block that 8 really easily with the Ultimate Guardians, and then I would just need 10 points of attack to kill him, or I just need 10 points of physical attack, range or siege attack, and I would just kill him in the fast power phase. So I think that makes the most sense. All these guys would survive. If I kill him 4 times, then I only need 12 points of range or siege attack, which isn't bad. And then is there anything else I can kill here? So if I kill him 4 times, going at a level 7 armor, which is 4, so I would just need 16 points of damage. That's 5, 8, 10, 15. Yeah, and I would do mana draw sideways. I'd put this back, make this a gold, use both of my blues. 15, 16, then I'd have this ice attack 3. Do that math again. 5, 10, 12, 15, 16. Oh yeah. And then I'd have this ranged ice attack 3, and I can do physical attack 4. I can add a fire, and I can kill the Savage Dragon with the fire gem. That would do, because that would be a elemental attack of 7, which would kill the Savage Dragon. These 3 would survive, but I think that is a good initial assault on the elemental leader, and puts us in a really strong position for the 3rd day. All right, so that is that. I'm going to make that happen. Final answer. These 4 survive. We defeated the faction leader, a bunch of times. we defeated them 4 times. That was what I decided to do. So we're going to put shields here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to get a token for defeating the Savage Dragon that allows me to ignore another wound. You know what? That's a lot. I don't know if I want 5 wounds. I would have just ignored. No, they're too strong for later. 5 wounds is what it is. Bad though. That's a lot of wounds. I could heal both of those guys. Yeah, I would just ignore a wound and get rid of this. It's a little revisionist history, but that's just thinking about the 5 wounds as the process of putting it in my hand is like, whatever. I have to go back there, and I feel good about that. So I get 6 fame for killing the Savage Dragon, and I get 3 fame for each level of the faction leader I defeated. So that's 18 points of fame total, which gets me to 40 up to 58. That sucker's out. So I am going to level up. I get another token. I have no ability to recruit anything, but that's fine. At least I can still pillage like crazy. These all go here. I'm going to move this token down to show that we're attacking level 3. Hopefully we can get to 12 range and siege attack. This might be a little hard with my current setup, but possible. It's possible. These all go away. These all go here. I have this, and nope, that's Shamanic Ritual. This was used. These were used. Done. So my hand is now 4 wounds. I'm drawing up to 6. I have no more cards in my discard pile. That's right. This was used too. And that is fine. Norwas is already declared end of round. So turn is over. I'm going to take this banner, put it in my hand. Right. So that I can heal my units, which I'm going to want to do. I'm going to re-ready my units. 1, 2, and 3. The wounds stay on these guys. I'm going to re-ready Shamanic Ritual. That will do. All right. So I'm going to shuffle this up. And we're going to the 3rd day. And we got rid of the Savage Dragon, which is pretty big. So that means if we defeat this dude in the range and siege attack phase, like literally we're just dealing with 3 green enemies and a brown. I mean, it's not bad. We'll have some options. We should be able to do this pretty quick. And then my goal is, especially with underground travel, if I can get myself over here, the movement there is going to be funny. I'm going to need to get here. I'm going to need to move. Well, this guy's still chilling. Yeah, I don't want to waste any time fighting those dragons over there. So I'm going to need to kind of hopefully maybe kill this dude, get over here because I can move through the underground travel and then move into there. That will put me in a fairly strong spot. Let's start loading up on red crystals. You know, I mean, honestly, if anything, I might go for, see what this offer is. If I can get there and get myself another, elite unit with my interaction being at X. It's not a bad place to be at all. So 2 monasteries still on the board. These come out. He gets Blood of the Ancients. These go down. We're going to get 2 more over here. It's Heroic Tale and Ambush. And then we get Decompose in the advanced action offer. All right, so this is a 2. I'm going to re-ready the units in here. That goes there. This goes there. So elite unit first. What do we get? It's the Ice Mages. Yeah. I mean, I really kind of do have my eyes on that. That's pretty gross. And the heroes, I like the Ice Mages more. So if I can finish this off over here, get over there, and just start dealing with all of that, that's a really nice. That's having 2 really strong units going into the final day, the final night with the hand that I have. And sparing power still is a tactic that's available. That's a really nice place to be. So rolling that, 2 whites and a green. These come down. I'm drawing with my hand limit, which is 6. Savage Harvesting, Rage, Crystallize, Banner of Fear. Oh, I might dump it now. I really might. If it means I can take care of these guys. Mana Draw, that's 6. I got no ranged attack, which I don't love. So early bird and right moment are left. The solo game is really the same thing. You're getting the same number of turns either way. Whether I take 2 turns later or 1 turn now, like you're really getting the same number of turns. So I'm going to go first. So that is not the Hand of Dreams. I'm going to pillage the village. I get Rage and Concentration.
That is not the Hand of Dreams.
At all. At all. Oh, I could change my skill out. He attacks. It would only be 3 wounds from him. Dude, I don't even have 12 attack in my hand, I don't think. Oh, I do. All right, I'm going to play Crystallize. I'm going to power that, get a green. And that's going to be the extent of my turn this turn. Yeah. So I roll that. It's red. This comes off. Pillage in the village again. 1 and 2. One thing I never did was shuffle Norwas's deck. Oh, and he's supposed to get another red too. Right, he started with 3. We played 4 rounds. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Mistform was out. Cool. Mana Bolt. Oh, that would have been nice earlier. That would have, I would have still needed to take underground. Needed to have taken underground travel though, for sure. Yeah, I think I just kill this dude. It's gonna be a little bit touch and go, but it's gonna make the rest of the round make a lot more sense. So we'll make whatever I have in my hand work. It is what it is. So Norowas gets a white, gets a green, gets a white, 3 more rough. 2, 3. That even kind of further solidifies that because he has 20 cards in his deck. He just went through 6. He has 14 left. So I'm going to play Savage Harvesting to move 2 to go into here. I'm going to break the Banner of Fear. 3 enemies don't attack. I'll make it those 3. I'm going to use this on this one, and I'll end up taking 1 wound. And that just makes the rest of this math super easy. Now, I'm going to need... see if I could block this dude, because he would also attack, and he would be 3 wounds, because it's 4 points of damage times 2, because he is brutal. Can I get the 8 block that I would want to prevent that? Yes. Ultimate Guardians, block 8. Yeah, no point loading up on wounds. I should have enough attack in my hand. I'm going to play Mana Draw. It gets a white. I make this into a red. I get 2 more red crystals. That was a white. I'll take the red. I guess it doesn't really matter. No, I'll take this, make this into a red. I have enough white crystals. And you know the thing that's crazy? So I know the other artifact I have. I'm just going to actually assign this one here because it doesn't matter. Because I know I'm going to, well, if it's buried at the bottom of my deck, I might take this and rewrite it. No, I'll put it back. That's fine. I mean, I could just, again, even though he has 7 armor, 1 point of damage, and he's still going to take a wound. And that's only a 1 point of damage. But, like, I think it makes sense to kind of keep him open, especially with what's going on the rest of this turn. All right, so, again, all I want to do is kill the faction leader. So, I put the rage out, so that's attack 4. That's attack 10. He's got fire immunity, ice immunity. And I will play Determination for attack 12, and then I'll move this to the yellow so I can take whatever I want. That's 4, attack 8, that's attack 10, so Determination, and then I'll move this. I'll take the red again for attack 2 more. So that's attack 12, which totally defeats the Elementalist Faction leader. Do I have anything else I want to do? You know what? I wouldn't have taken the wound because I would have just played Swiftness in the range or siege attack phase, and I would have just killed one of these crystal sprites. So it would have a shield assigned to it from this crystal sprite. Oh, I actually have to, oh shoot. I did that wrong last time. I didn't kill the Savage Dragon. I would have had to kill these guys because they have that extra protection. Didn't block any of them. So I would need 6. Right, so if I don't kill those guys last turn, then he would have had 2 more shields. So all that would have been illegitimate. So what I had done is I would have added the fire gem to the cold fire attack. And I actually could have killed it in the, if I was going to kill it, I could have killed it on the range or siege attack phase anyway. So the wounds, like this is not to my advantage because the wounds get all wacky. But it is what it is. So I'm not going to refigure all that. But anyway, so I would have killed that. And since I assigned that guy's defender to him, he's dead. That defender is no longer applicable. And then when I had the rage, I would have just killed it. The physical attack would have been good to kill that, and it only needed 2 damage. So I actually get to save the red crystal. So again, none of this worked to my advantage last turn. So both of them are dead. So instead of getting the 6 fame for that, I only would have gotten the 2 fame. So I'd be back to 54, and instead of getting 1 of those, I would have gotten 2. And it is throwaway wound from my hand or discard pile. Beautiful. So I could have thrown away another wound. So yeah, all that worked to my detriment, but glad I caught it now. So now I can kill him with that 12 because I don't need to worry about any of that math anymore because none of these guys have the defender ability. So it would be those three shields. So again, definitely didn't min-max that a lot. I would have had probably less wounds. A bunch of stuff would have been better had I realized it last turn, but I didn't. So, you know, I can't recreate all that. These guys just run away because their faction leader is dead, and now they are scared. They're like, oh my gosh, our faction leader's dead. What's going to happen to us? I'll re-ready him. End of my turn. Since I'm ending on a magical glade now, this functions as a magical glade. I will just throw away a wound. This, unlike the other magical glades, though, I don't get an artifact when I defeat that. It just now functions as a magical glade in all other aspects. So Savage Harvesting is out. I could throw away Concentration to get A green. It's not the worst idea I've ever had. Yeah, I can just get a green from Shamanic Ritual though too. So yeah, I'm not gonna bother. Not gonna bother. This doesn't get re-rolled. This stays red. This does get re-rolled. It's now blue. Again, I threw away the one because it ended there. These are all out, and the only thing left on my hand is concentration. That makes sense. Cool. I'm gonna draw out to my hand limit, which is now 6. Blood Ritual, Banner of Courage, March, Underground Travel, and Ice Bolt. So what I need to do is defeat this dude, get here, move to 3 here, and then I can go around and I can do all that without triggering any of those dragons, or either of those dragons from attacking me. What is this from? Oh, I put that out to kill those, and then I changed my mind. Right. So that would also have, I would have called one less. So Ice Bolt, I think, was the last card I drew. So he is super dead. We'll keep all those shields there. End of that round. I didn't kill any of the other enemies, but I do get the 9 fame for defeating him 3 times. So I go from 54 to 63, which is a nice little level up. So I'm going to get a new skill. Man, I'm not getting my favorite skills at all. Do I want to take? No, I'm going to take Intimidate for sure. So Intimidate, and I'm going to take Spirit Guide. So +1 movement a turn. And whatever. I don't love Puppet Master. I know a lot of people really like it. I like the flavor of it. I just don't like it mechanically. I don't think it's all that strong at times. There's a one where I can reduce their armor, which is great. Like, I'm just not getting a lot of the good ones. I'll probably just take that wound and then just throw it away with that. And I'm probably going to get rid of that to be able to ready a unit, I think. I do have both of those, though. Maybe I won't need to do that.
Maybe I won't need to do that.
So that was my... I went, he went, I went again, finally killed that thing, and now Norwest is going to go. Norwest, what do you got, sir? He is got a blue-white, a blue, and a red, 2 more, so he's gone through 11 cards already.
Way too quick.
I'm going to break the Banner of Fortitude, heal both of these, and then I'm going to kill the elf, because I need to get there, and Norwest is especially pissed about this, but I'm going to move this to get the block 3. From, what is that again? I forget. It's the Master of Chaos. And now I just need 6 damage because he's got the defense ability. So I'm going to attack 2. I'm going to use Shamanic Ritual to get a green. And that is attack 7, which is plenty to wipe that dude out. Have that green there. Does that make sense? Oh, you know what? Even better. I'm not going to use Shamanic Ritual. I'm going to play Blood Ritual, take a wound, get a red crystal and a green. Then I use that green, and that's the attack that I need to kill the Elven Protector. I get 2 fame, another one of these. I got all of them. That's the other one I wanted earlier. If I had both of them earlier, I definitely would have played that a little bit differently. But this worked out well. This goes here. This goes here. Yeah, I should be able to get there by the end of the next turn for sure. End of my turn, I ended on the Hidden Valley, so I get the heal. I draw out the 6. I get Intimidate, Ice Bolt, Promise, and Tranquility. So that's my 6 cards. That's fine. Cool. Norwas, 1, 2, and 3. It's a red, 2 more. So he's gone through 16 cards in 3 turns. So I am definitely down to 3 turns left this round. Might not be possible to do what I was thinking about doing there, which is fine. I'm going to do this movement here, so that's move 3. Cost of movement to far is reduced by 1, so I still have 1 point of movement left, and I have this. So I actually have 2 more points of movement left. I'm going to play Underground Travel. I'm going to use Shamanic Ritual to get a green. Power that. I move 3 revealed spaces, which gets me 1, 2, 3. Again, you just can't go through lakes and stuff. That will reveal. I have 2 more points of movement, which gets me into those hills. Again, cost to move into hills is reduced. That was really strong. Yeah, I also could have done, no, because I'm trying to think how, so that was the most efficient way to do it. I also could have gone here. I could have tried to move here, because again, this doesn't provoke rampaging enemies, but it wouldn't have worked out the way I wanted it to that way. So I think I just chill, wait for the night, maybe try to get through my deck so I can heal a bunch. I'm going to keep Garrison in the Mage Tower Garrison. I have no units. I do have a bunch of attack, though. Let me see if I can. Maybe move 5 to get in, which is a problem. I don't need the red. If I get in there with this green and promise. I wait there, so it's 5 more points of movement, which is fine. The only problem from that is going to cost me, is going to provoke this dude when I move in to attack that, but I really think I want to get 1 more unit. It's going to make doing that so much easier, and those ice mages are strong. The ice mages are strong. Fine, we'll do that. We'll gamble a little bit, try to get 1 more unit just to make this end a little bit easier, because if I can get the 28 points of damage in 1 turn, because right, it was a 16 and the 12. Yeah, if I get 28 points of damage in 1 turn, it's going to make life a lot better. All these dudes have vampiric too, and more units that I get assigned damage to. I just think that it's going to help a lot. So end of my turn, I'm not doing an action, so I can ready Shamanic Ritual, and then I draw up to my hand limit, which is 6. It's a wound. I probably still have a bunch of wounds in there. A bunch. I mean, I did heal a bunch. Oh, I can throw away 1 from my hand too, so I still have that. I could flip this out to get this to ready a unit. I think I do. So I'm going to turn in 1 of these to change this skill. Do I put it back in the skill offer or not? That's a good question. Swap. Yeah, so swap. So this goes in the skill offer, and I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to flip this to ready that. Yeah, I think that's better. I think I go for it. I'm not going to do it next turn per se, but I think it just puts me in a stronger spot if I can get that 1 more unit. So Norwas is going to go 1, 2, 3, 3 more, just the 1 more. He's going to clear it around next turn. I am going to heal 1 with Tranquility, and I'm going to drop. You know what? I don't know if I have enough. How many wounds I have left on my deck. I could just rest. Get rid of those 2. 6 cards left on my deck. Yikes. I don't know if it's going to get much better for me. I don't know if it's going to, if I just attack now. I got 3, 6, 13. Oh, I got a bunch of attack. I got a cold fire attack there. Let's just do it now. That's fine. And then I can have a turn to heal. So, pulling a keep garrison. Again, neither of these guys are fortified. Alright, that dude has physical resistance, but he's only attacking with a 2. And then we have an ice mage. Oh, they both have physical resistance. Oh, and that of course has ice resistance as well. Awesome. Oh, and I could ignore either of those ones. So I could ignore the paralyzed, I could ignore the other wound. Yeah, that's fine. It's only gonna be 18 points of physical attack combined or whatever. I obviously need to use that on this dude. Let me do this. I'm gonna play that with a white. I'm going to make it a fire attack, and then I'm going to use this for a cold fire attack. So this 4 kills that guy. I'm going to ignore this wound as it comes in with that. And now I just need 10 points of physical attack, which is fine. It's like a 5 from the Ultimate Guardians. And I'm going to power Intimidate. That's enough to kill that dude. That gives me a total of 9 fame. That goes from 65 up to 74. All right, and then I get a unit. I'm going to take the Ice Mages, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm going to play Ice Bolt to get a blue crystal. I'm going to use the Ice Mages to get a blue mana token and a blue crystal. All right, I've already seen crystallize, right? Yup. This comes off. You see these tokens just paying really huge dividends in this game. This goes off. And I still have... Oh, I could have just taken a red from that. Would have made more sense. From Shamanic Ritual was readied. Which is better. And cool. So I draw it to my hand limit, which is 6. Ruthless. I got 2 wounds on my hand. Oh, you know what? I wouldn't have done that. I would have wanted the access to the green. I have a bunch of reds. And I still have a ruby ring and all that stuff. So Nora West declares end of round. I'm going to use Shamanic Ritual now to get a green. I'm going to power Tranquility to heal 2. And that's the end of my turn. I think I'm out of my... Oh, I have 1 wound left. That's sick. Yeah, and I can use a point of healing. I still have that token there. And on my turn, I would have moved this to the influence, so now I have an attack 2. So, ton of units. Just need to get 28 attack. Oh, and I ended my... yeah, I would have moved the 4 back to here. This comes off. I'll put a token on that. And then I'm ending on a red mine. And now I don't have to worry about provoking that dragon next turn. Lots of moving parts in this scenario. It's nuts. Nutty nuts. Cool. Turn is over. Round is over. We got 1 final night. 1 dark night. That's right. This flips. This flips. I don't even know if this movement token makes any sense anymore. It doesn't. It just doesn't. The cooperative skill for Krang leaves a little bit to be desired. So you can spend a token and you mark it. You're basically just cycling a token. It makes no sense in a solo game Absolutely done. Once you spend a mana, big total, put a skill on the token, mark it with a mana token of the same color, gain a crystal. Oh, you can spend the token, get a crystal. So you'd be spending one to get a crystal, and then you could have on the next turn, I'd have the same color available to me. But I just don't see that much power in it, considering I have Shamanic Ritual and all that stuff. Cool. So that's gonna go here. We're gonna ready. This goes into Norwas's deck, so he should have a total of 21 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Still got it. This goes here. 2 more advanced actions. It's going to be counterattack and steady tempo. 2 of my faves. We got diplomacy. He's going to get a green crystal to his inventory. So fairly balanced other than the white. Obviously, he does have the chilling stare in there, so if that comes off, that's 4 crystals off the top. We have this, we have this. Now, elite unit, we're gonna get the Ultimate Mages. Oh, I would have liked to seen them a little bit earlier. And the Utham Swordsman and Fire Golems. That's fine. We're still, I think I'll take the units that I have. They're fairly strong. All right, we got a white, a red, and a gold. Now, I did burn up all my artifacts. You know, it kind of was the trade-off in how I played this right now. Did that good. Good. Instead of leaving all that up here, I'm gonna leave these here, move these over here. Let's take a look at these enemies and him. So his first attack is he's a double summoner. You know, when they summon, he's going to be summoning 2 of his own enemies. So it's 2 enemies from his own faction. So, you know, we're going to want to go in. We're going to want to knock him down pretty good. If we can get to 28, that's fine. You know, the reality is right now, if I don't block any, that paralyze is bad. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have dumped what I dumped. Yeah, it's fine. But I could assign it to a unit, and I'm fine with it. It's not assassin. Vampiric, and then we'll see what the other 2 enemies. He's not attacking otherwise, right? So, I mean, these wounds there, that's only 6 wounds, right? And that's not a ton. The other reality is I can just make everyone have all resistances, so they just kind of all of it means nothing, which wouldn't be crazy at all. I have the siege attack, so I mean I can do a bunch of stuff. He's got no resistances, so the reality is I just need 28 physical attack, and I just need to not get knocked out before I can spend it. So all that looks fairly strong for me. So pulling up to 6, concentration, ice bolt, promise, crystallize, savage harvesting, and underground travel. Yeah, not the greatest turn. I'm going to get sparing power. That's the only way I can get a relatively big hand this turn, which is fine. So I'm definitely going to go second, and we'll just have to track Norwas's, and we'll just kind of push this to the brink and assume we can do this all in one turn is kind of my goal at this point. So the Norwas is going to go. So you get 21 cards, red, blue. He's got 17 cards left. So that's a good start. My turn, I'm going to crystallize. I'm going to use Shamanic Ritual to get a blue, power that with a blue, turn that into a green. And then what I'm going to do is, as my action, I'm going to re-ready that. I'm going to drop Savage Harvesting, Underground Travel, Promise, all out. Oh, and this would have spared power. These are all out. I dropped a 6 again. 1, I'm already maxed out on red, so the red mine doesn't do anything for me. Intimidate, a wound, swiftness, and rage. That's fine. Do need to play a card though, which isn't great. Yeah, I'm gonna need to play a card. Oh, let's get rid of the rage. I'll just get rid of the rage. So that's my only wound, I think, entirely. So yeah, I'll just use that, get rid of the rage. So it's a legal turn. Norwas. It's a green, white. So 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So he's at 11. 1 wound is really messing this up. So I'm going to rest. I'm going to actually just use this token to get rid of the one that way. Now, if I'm resting anyway, who cares? I'll keep it. Sparing power first. I know I just gave up 4 points of attack, but I have Intimidate. I'm going to have that, want that red for other stuff anyway. So drawing up to 6, improvisation and determination. And I think, improvisation's rough just because of it costs another card, and my hands aren't going to be that big. Although with sparing power, I can pretty much assume one of those is junk. Norwas, white, blue, red, 2 more. So he's down to 5. I think I go for it. Yeah, I don't think this is getting much better. I just get those 2 cards. Take a look at this. This should be somewhere else. My current hand. Yeah, I can definitely do it. All right, we're just going for it. So I'm pulling these 2 cards, Blood Ritual and Stamina. Now I got the wounds I take with Blood Ritual will count toward my limit. So that's a thing. I'm going to move. Block 3 is going to be pretty garbage. Do I want another one of these things? I could. Again, this is a once a turn thing, so I can take an enemy and then deal an enemy. Again, the Puppet Master. So I can't do it on the same turn, so that's not going to be great. Just for kicks, I'm going to swap the movement skill because I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to take this just because it could matter. All right, so I took back the original skill I got rid of, which is fine because it's in the unit offer. All right, I am going to figure out this math here. So this is 2 wounds, 5 points of damage, 4 points of damage and a wound, 4 points of damage and a paralyze. So I'll probably use that on the foresters, and then 8 points of damage and 2 wounds. All right, and then I'm not defeating any of this in the range or siege attack phase. So he's attacking me, double attack. It's gonna be 2 of these. So, wrong faction. So we got these 2. This is 6 points of damage, assassin and brutal. So that's 3 wounds. So that's because it's 6 points of damage times 2, so that's 12. And this is 4 points of damage with poison. So that's 1 and 1. So that doesn't actually go against me for the purpose of getting knocked out. So yeah, none of this is unreasonable. We will be able to, should be able to do this. I want that attack 4. I want that attack 2. What did I move in yet? Did I spend the movement? Fine, there's the movement. I'm in, look at me. Now, you know what, that block 3 is useless. I'm gonna move in with the foresters. Done. I'm gonna block this, and then this goes away. This is just for the attack, and then it goes away. Same with that guy. So I'm not gonna block this one because it doesn't make any sense. So wound to my discard, wound to my hand. That's 1. And I know, remember, I still have Blood Ritual, and I might want to use that. So figure out that math. So he attacked and goes away. The Pain Wraith is going to attack the foresters. That's paralyzed, so the foresters are no longer among us. Thank you for your service. I'm going to take a wound from the Gibbering Ghouls. That gets him up to, with Vampiric. His armor is now 5. I'm going to take 2 wounds from the Vampire with Vampiric. He is up to, his armor is now up to 12. This would be, I have to assign that. I could, do I need Blood Ritual? No, I don't. I really don't. So, you know what, I could figure this out this way. I'm going to ignore 2 points of physical damage from the Vampire. So I only take 1 wound from him, and I take 2 wounds from the Vampire. His armor is now up to 18. These 5 wounds are in my hand. I just know I cannot use Blood Ritual. So I'm going to put that there just so I don't forget. And now, can I get the 28 physical attack? That is my mission. Or he doesn't have any immunities at level 7. So that is 4 points of attack. That is 9 points of attack. That is 10, 11 points of attack. That is 12, 13 points of attack. That is, I will use this to discard. That is 18 points of attack. That is 25 points of attack. That is 28 points of attack. And do I want to kill someone else just for good measure? I don't. I could do. Yeah, I'm gonna kill a Gibbering Ghoul. So concentration and range ice attack. So he's dead too. That's what I'm talking about, kids. So let me make sure my math is right. So I just needed 28. So I have 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 2 is 11, plus 5 is 16, plus 7 is 23, plus swiftness is 26, plus the 2 from the Master of Chaos. That is 28. Dunskies at 7 levels. They're all defeated in one go. I don't know, make a confetti party there with Krang tokens. All the rest of these are going to go away. I killed the Gibbering Ghouls for good measure. In theory, I killed them in the ranged attack phase because I could have. So I'll take those wounds out. I'm going to throw away this to get another wound out because I want my score to be super high, guys. I know, I'm a jerk. And then we're good. So these run away because their fearless leader is dead. We get 2 fame from this guy, one of the faction leaders, and then we get 3 times 7, so that's 21. So we get 23 points. It gets me from 74 to 76 up to 96. And we did it, level 7. Life and death. Yes. Done. I don't. This scenario is wacky, man, and I've grown to like it. It just, definitely not one I'm gonna turn to a ton, but there's a lot to like from a tactical and strategy standpoint. These tokens really do add a lot to the game when you start to realize how to manipulate them and use them for fame, use them for reputation. It was very strange liberating all three of the magical glades, but using those healing powers to my advantage. And you saw how I got jammed up. You know, that defend ability is tough, and it makes the math a little tricky. And I'm glad I caught it to make sure this was pretty legitimate and had that easy workaround. And obviously, I just hurt myself. I would have had less wounds if I had, you know, really figured out what was ranged, what was siege. But as long as I was able to kill both of those suckers with the tokens and stuff before I attack, in a separate attack before I attacked the Elementalist faction leader, we were totally good. And that worked. So yeah, Elementalist faction leaders, it's I guess it makes sense. The arcane immunity is like you can't, their armor never goes down, but those defend abilities can definitely make it go up. Unfortunately, we just had the 2 crystal sprites and not one of the elven protectors, because the math of that would have been even trickier with that +2 defend ability. You know, the Krang skills came in handy. That ability to just ignore like 1 wound from one of the crystal sprites every time was really nice. I love Shamanic Ritual. It's super, super great. Did not get Battle Frenzy, which is one of my favorites. Yeah, these are 2 of my favorite of Krang skills. That -1 armor, the flexibility of -1 armor or -1 attack, whatever you need, is super, super nice. Was able to, you know, take advantage of Norwa's skill to be able to get ourselves the attack we needed to get the ice mages. I mean, just all of that just came together really nice. And you know, the Foresters, we will tell legends of the Foresters to their grandkids in the annals of history. But for now, we will celebrate our victory. We have liberated Atlantis from the evilness of the 2 faction leaders who were trying to make things bad or something. And the council just turned to the who else would you turn to but this guy? I mean, for real, he's amazing. Krang is really strong. I've grown to put him up there as potentially the strongest. For me, it's almost like he combines the attackiness of Arethea, that's a word now, go with it, and the crystal abilities of Goldix in a way that I just really, really like. Just makes, he's super, super flexible. You know, I think Goldix, there's things about Goldix I like better, there's things about Arethea I like better from an attack standpoint, but I think the whole package that you get from, and with Goldix from a mana standpoint, plus flight is such a great skill, but I think the whole package, you know, what you get with Krang, you know, he's got even a little Norwas. I mean, that Ruthless ability is really nice, reducing the cost of units. I mean, he does everything well in a way that I don't think the rest of the mages can really say that. I mean, it's just Tovak can be a little one-dimensional, Norwas can be a little one-dimensional, but you got Krang here. It's like, you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and I'm going to whip up on some faction leaders. So that is that. I am yammering enough. This was a long playthrough. That's what happens with life and death. So glad we jumped it up to level 7. You saw history in the making, folks. A personal record for Greg. And someone can tell me what my score is. Just I'll help you out. I have 1 wound. That's all I have. Oh, that's so nuts. It's really nuts. No, I had to take more than 1 wound. Really? No. I must have put some wounds over here. Yeah, I had more than 1 wound. I had 1 wound in my discard, but yeah, whatever the wounds I took that turn, all right. So I took 5. Right. I took 5, and then I realized I would kill the gibbering ghoul in the fast phase, so I would have had 4, just for that whole thing, and then I could have thrown 1 away, so I was down to 3. 3 wounds for and 28 damage on the faction leader is really, it's just really sick. It's really sick. It's so good. This token's actually really nice. I mean, that's one of the arguments for going and actually trying to liberate a graveyard. We just never had the opportunity the way they came out. Is, you know, you start getting some of the Dark Crusader faction tokens. Some of them are really, really flexible. I mean, this one just, I think it allows you to throw away a wound for every enemy you defeat. Is that correct? Yeah, Vampiric Chalice. After combat this turn, for each enemy you defeated, you may discard a wound. The maximum of 4 is really, really strong. So there's some things. Those banners, I mean, just if I'm going to get 1 banner, give me 3 like that. Because I think the banners work really well in tandem. Sometimes when I'm playing a lot, I just see that 1 banner and you're just like, like maybe, I don't know. But being able to, I don't think I ever appreciated that you can use it on a unit that was already activated. because he's still about to take a wound. So I don't think there's anything the wording of the card, the way I'm reading it. I think that's totally legit. And I really liked being able to play the Banner of Fear, even over here against the Elementalist. Make sure my deck stays nice and strong, and then I'll worry about that last battle when I get there, and just having that ability to free a unit. It's funny too, because I was like, I'm never doing it anyway, but yeah, because I put that. I think I put that originally here, and I was like, no, that was the first. I should have gone there instead. But actually, here, it would have been the same unit offer. I probably would have just stayed here, done the same thing, got the unit, and then I would have, used underground travel to get where I wanted to get anyway. So here or there, I still would have. This actually made it a little bit harder because I had to do that move 5 to get in, and then I have the move 3 back out. So it is what it is. Lot to unpack in this game. Any questions, comments? I know some of the mechanics with Shades of Tezla can get really confusing, and I don't play this scenario with Pursuit. Or the other one, I forget, one of them is a pursuit mechanic, one is the ambush. I do not play that. You could add it if you wanted to. It's too much for me from a rule standpoint that I just don't want to be thinking about all the rules that much. Maybe if I play these more and more and more, I'm like, yeah, just throw them all in, see what happens. That's that. But we might get back to Hidden Valley or Realm of the Dead again in the future. I kind of want to go through the Lost Relic scenario with each of the mages. If that's something that you want to see, let me know. I can just get just do that as a series. I've already done 2. Super cool. That's it. Thank you so much for joining me, for watching this craziness. I hope you learned something. If not, I hope you were just super entertained, because I love this game, and I love you having more reason to come back to it with this channel. Likes, comments, epiphanies, all of it. Bring it all. I'll respond to any comments below as I can, for sure. If you want to see what's coming up soon, when the next time is, now I'm getting back to Atlantis, go on my Patreon page. You can see a schedule of my upcoming videos, both live and my recorded ones, and you'll see when they're coming out to make sure that you see everything that you want to see in solo playthroughs land. And until next time, whenever that is, happy gaming.